Well, hello, friends and adventurers, and welcome to Grognard and Friends. And speaking of the friends, let's check out this week's episode of Grognard and Friends.
We are walking and talking and moving and grooving and hipping and hopping and picking and popping with a buzz to be a page. Better take a stand, you gonna wake up that thing in your hand. Looking all around me, trouble to be found. Make sure when you find it that you get a say it loud. Gotta go free, need back up, bring me my bright red photo jacket. He's there and he don't know. We are walking and talking, but he's faster than me. Show my walkie-talkie man. Last night at the show, we are walking and talking, going out of the street. Go, 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 go.
And away we go. When last we left the friends, they had finally made it through the dark necropolis into the eastern districts once more to search for Calandra's contact. They rested within Goblin Town, made some connections, got a contact to find within the Slinks to hopefully help them find Calandra's friend and brother, and then they headed into the Slinks where they walked into a battle between some guards and a large group of halflings. After helping out the guards, which caused Butt Trumpet, Eldred, and Jack to blip out of there after a spell was cast, they were able to get the guards out of there and find shelter within an abandoned building. There, they discovered that these weren't just any guards, but guards that they had known when they were exploring the sewers in the Stradivernius house, who had suddenly disappeared afterwards without them knowing why. And they were accompanied by a captain of the guards that the friends had not previously known. The friends found out why they had seemingly disappeared and what had happened. After some healing on Gaius's part and some quick talking on the guard's part, as well as some loud over-talking by a certain hedonistic gnome cleric, the guards finally persuaded the captain, after much back and forth, to allow them to escort them to the gates to the western districts. The guards escorted them not to the gates where they were supposed to, but out of the kindness of their hearts and feeling a little bit of a debt towards the friends, to a heavily blockaded section of the eastern districts where they soon learned more about the black column of smoke, and so that the guards wanted them to be able to find their missing friends. So friends, find yourself in this section of the eastern districts surrounded by a lot of a large horrible fire.
Ew. No.
Which is the source of the black column of smoke.
No.
So you were at the basis of as close as you can get to the fire at this point. It's all coal, burning coals and ash. Ash is in the air. Before you is this huge fire of buildings and crumbled ruins, as well as just piles of bones everywhere amongst these buildings and everything. And this is the source of the column of black smoke.
It's people, Ash. It's people.
I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
I failed. Well, that's failed.
Oh! 3.
So I need all three of you to take 1 point of exhaustion, and also the discomfort from the exceedingly strong heat. You also read.
Yes.
You at the beginning when you entered this section, it was a combination to you. It was a combination of a scent of a very strong campfire, mixed with some chemical smells, and a very strong smell of roasting meats, which had your mouth watering.
Wait, I don't know what these meats are now.
So that's something to keep in mind. And Gaius, in your ear, you're hearing a heavy panting, a very quick panting.
The hell? Oh shit, the rabbit.
Whatever it is, it's not me.
Yeah, no, it's the rabbit. The rabbit. Yeah, we're gonna step away from the fire.
Should we
So-
try and let those people out, you think?
I
No.
think they're beyond that. I think we should just GTF on our way.
Is somebody
Oh,
going
we
to
need
throw
to
all these
continue to
people in
head
that fire,
south.
though? This is horrible.
So that building just below us, is that traversable? Is it collapsed and we can walk
It's
over
partially
it?
collapsed. The roof looks to be in shambles. A lot of the buildings, especially the one, like a number of the buildings closer to the fire here, the flames, the bonfire, whatever you want to call it, this field of flame and ruin. A lot of the buildings that have been close to it, like the side closest to it, have obviously caught fire, and many of them are just burnt on that side. The roofs
Burnt,
have-
singed, charred. Yeah, so I'm going to recommend we push south. Because that's I'm still pinging Butt Trumpet and Eldred somewhere to the east.
right,
Obviously not in the fire.
right.
Hopefully.
Well, you hope
That'd
not.
be
Yeah.
one way. That'd be one way to just kill a bunch of characters, magically teleport them into an inferno with no choice.
Well, you'll
I
have to
assume
find
you
out.
didn't do that. I'm going to assume you didn't do that to your friends.
When we find Butt Trumpet, it will
Play
be Butt
D&D
Trumpet the
with.
White.
Yeah. I traveled far into the depths of this world.
Come around the
Yeah,
corner,
Eldred.
and all you see is "Help me! Help
Oh,
me!"
Oh, no.
Yeah, you have
Why?
Eldred the off-white.
Eldred has
Eldred, why-
turned into that figure in the afterlife from Beetlejuice who's constantly smoking. Go, so you're new here, huh?
Eldred, why are you beige?
Eldred the beige. Eldred the champagne.
The champagne.
So this field of flame and ruin, easily the size of the bitch. You think if you go south, give me a perception check there, Gaius.
I'm going to double your number of eyeballs.
Because why the hell not? Because apparently we're going to need it a little bit. So 15 plus 4 is 19.
Okay.
Oh,
That was
Okay.
with advantage.
So let me
with
refresh everyone's memory. Octavia, Ironwill, and Maru led you to this area. You were able to get through on an through an area that wasn't as heavily guarded as the other parts. You made some very good stealth rolls. Well, most of you did.
Sorry.
One of you was hindered by their choice of religious outfits.
outer garments.
Yes, and
I was going to say fetish armor.
same thing.
Fetish armor. Ah!
Potato.
Right. Dildo, daldo.
Come on.
Didn't say that. I like to point
Wow.
out to the community. Didn't say that.
But anyway,
That
you
would
made
be the
it.
game master.
Yes.
You entered into this cordoned off area. You found a large pit surrounded by a spiked fence that was filled with writhing bodies of people that were covered in boils and sores. Some of them, were far worse than others. One particular one who was not covered in boils and sores was asking for you to please help them get out of there. You heard horses neighing as well as what sounded like horses screaming a little bit to the north of you, and there's just ash everywhere floating in the air. The buildings a lot of them are in ruin. It's very late, so you've only seen a few shadows of other figures in the distance. You've been able to sneak through here and not really notice anybody. You get the feeling from your conversation with Maru and Octavia that this is because under the cover of darkness, this isn't as active as it is during the daytime. So, with that roll, Gaius, what you see is to the south, there's a lot more of this burning landscape. Whereas if you were to go north, you might have to skirt around a few people that you've seen with wagons tossing things into the flames. But you see that it bends in far sooner to the north than it does to the south. And that also kind of goes with the direction your spell is kind of where you are right now. The spell is east, but a tad to the north.
Okay, obviously I relay all that info to my compatriots. It looks like we either take a very long way that potentially might be safer, or at least from being seen, or we go the way where all the people we've seen are so far. But of course, this is night, so safer to do it now, if ever. And it'll be less of a time thing. Also, it's more in the direction we have to go anyway. So I'm pitching north. Anyone's got any opinions, questions, concerns?
Sounds good to me. I feel pretty tired.
Yes, I think we all do. But I'm not sleeping anywhere near here.
You think there's like really these people? It's like a real sickness. Like you have like a magic that could help one or two of them.
Well, I would have to get one. Like I might be able to fix like one at a time.
Guys,
That's a
so you
whole-
know, that pit looked like it had hundreds of people in there.
Yeah,
like on top of each other.
For
But also,
example,
wouldn't-
my friend, all those people, like you would need like a decent amount of me working nonstop every day for a long time to make a dent in what's happening here. You know, you have a bunch
I'm not
of
there. I know I'm not there, but the only image that comes to mind is the leopard colony from Jesus Christ Superstar. Continue.
I look at Calandra. So could you help some of them too? Maybe. I hate to leave all these people here.
Okay, but
We're
again,
going-
I couldn't help that many. It would be even less for me than it is for Gaius. I'm not nearly at the level that he is.
it's
Okay.
the problem right now.
I feel like
we-
it's a really bad thing that they're putting all these people here to just die.
Yes,
It
is. I don't know.
it's
It
terrible,
is.
and also we don't know. We don't have all the information. For all that we know, they've tried all the good ways, and it got out of control so bad. Now this is all they can do to potentially save the city. Believe me, I am very angry at how this is being handled. But the problem is it justified anger, or is it just I'm angry because the gods let this happen?
And there's nothing
There's
else that
Or am I
We
angry
can-
because that dumbass baron that I had drinks with apparently just, was initially just like a horse thing, kind of just get out of control and now infected a bunch of people. But also, we know for a fact that there seems to be something else going on here with the people that are now helping. If there was a conspiracy behind this, I don't know who to blame yet, but when I find out, I might want to handle that and do something about it. But right now, trying to just save a few people is not the best use of our abilities, our powers. First, we have to find
And that-
our friends, complete what promises we made, and then we can look into this more seriously once we get out of the Eastern District. We collect
it may
evidence.
cause more
we-
problems as well.
Yeah.
If we save a few of these people, and they're sick right now, they're delirious as far as no one's going to believe them. So if they're miraculously saved, what problems does that cause for them or for us?
Well,
we're not
it's
supposed
less
to be
than-
here,
Yeah, that's the other thing.
obviously. If we
Aren't
get
there
caught, we're
aren't
saving
there a
them.
bunch
It's gonna
of
take
temples in
time.
the city with people who heal people? This is so awful.
Not everybody.
All right.
Not everybody does the healing thing.
Right.
I like even amongst like my folk.
Only certain wizards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
only certain wizards.
yes.
Only certain magic users. We'll just use that term. instead of
Even
just saying wizards. all the time.
again,
Yes.
we guys and I both use magic, but I could nowhere near heal the number of people that he could. So even if you had
it's just
several people,
practice.
even of only my level, that were able to help, we couldn't comparatively do that much. Even if you had several of us, it would almost do more harm than good. You would create a frenzy of all the people who saw us doing that. Then you create even more danger. If you want to be a hero
Yeah.
right now, the best way to be a hero is to just let's find Butt Trumpet and Eldred. Let's save them, and then we'll
And then
figure out
hopefully
what to do
Nikita
next.
and your brother,
Yes.
right? Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a list of people to save ahead of us already.
I understand. Okay. That's fine. You said north, guys. That's
All
good.
right. So yeah,
So
we're gonna
we'll
head
go
north
north.
now.
How are you doing so?
With our
Stealthily.
feet. Oh, and stealthily, yes.
What was that, Reed?
Stealth.
With our feet.
He said with her.
And
Oh,
stealthily.
sure. And stealthily, very
We're
stealthily.
gonna ride some horses.
Oh god, they smell delicious.
Ooh.
You heard a bunch of them kind of not too far from where you are.
Yeah, this is one of the few times where I don't really feel hungry. I'm just not feeling it here.
You know what,
Yeah.
Reed? Give me a roll me a 20-sider, please.
Oh no!
What are you doing to me, Paul?
I hope it's whatever a good roll is. Like,
I got a 5.
It doesn't smell bad.
oh
But my brain is telling me it is.
Okay.
It's not ruined. I mean, it's not good, but it's not ruined.
There's a little mouse on a wheel in there running, and he's like, he started to run. He's like, that's bad. I better keep running fast to tell Reed this is bad.
so confused.
What Reed's not
Yeah.
telling you though is that mouse is on fire. Okay, I need everyone to roll me. We're going to do a group stealth check.
Oh god.
All right.
And I'm going to give everyone advantage because this fire is not quiet.
Oh,
It's a loud roaring fire.
Woo! Guys are stealthier than me. Thank you. I got a
Look,
20
That's 20. Guy, between all the
Quandra, you got a
underhanded shit
4.
we've had to
she's not a
two
sneaky
very
one up
different
here.
clerics.
It's
I'm
the
not
boots.
even I'm not
It's
even
the
a
heel.
trickery cleric.
It's the heels, apparently. I can't.
She has a fantastic bedside manner.
I'm
You're
not-
doing real well, but every now and then Kalandra's stiletto heels get stuck in ash or like between the cobblestones and the ash and stuff like that.
Someone's rib cage.
Right.
Yeah, there's like a jawbone stuck to your.
Absolutely. Now that yes, absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to say that you go around and you do see kind of more of the same of what you're seeing. Some of there appear to be a bunch of buildings that seem to be housing people, but they're heavily guarded and like the windows are all boarded up and everything. And you're seeing from somewhere a number of carts with piled up something. You just see the silhouettes being kind of carted to the edge of the flames and being kind of tossed in. It takes a little while, but you are able to get around to a section where areas are kind of blockaded. There aren't a lot of guards around here at this point because it's kind of a part of, well, you saw this. This is a little bit where it's between the fire. You'll have the fire. So you come to the north. There's a little bit of splatter field still left that takes you up to the road that took you down to the Stradivernius house, and that is still heavily guarded and blockaded. But there is an area that's a little further in that you can get through that is kind of, you see the fire has really been encroaching on that land. And if you stay close to the area just outside the fire line, you can kind of sneak through there. There's really no one there because there's not a lot of area. Get through that. We'll do one more stealth check for that. You had a couple close calls with Calandra when she would get a heel caught. Luckily, the people who were moving the carts and stuff were pretty preoccupied with what they were doing. They just look like it's drudgery work. None of them look happy. What you did notice is they all have the conical outfits with the long robes and the conical kind of headgear.
Like doctor type stuff?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And they just seem to be lumbering along, kind of not real happy with what they're doing. Or just really tired, maybe. You're not sure. There's a couple times that, like, guys, you especially thought, crap, they're going to know we're here. Because Calandra, like, tripped and fell, like, flat out on the road. One person, like, stopped, but someone before them, like, pushed them along and they kept going. Get around. We're going to do this stealth part up along the top. Once again, I'm going to give you advantage on your roll.
Yeah, 15.
Okay.
Hey, Calandra is the best this time.
I've never heard that
What?
response to a nat one before.
12 for me.
So everyone did well. Calandra's kept her footing. Everyone's kind of... One of the things you did notice is Calandra's shiny black armor kind of helps her to blend in when she's up against a wall with just the reflection of the flame and everything.
Looks
So
like the Predator in its disguise.
Right. And you get across, and then you come across the blockade that is blocking off this section from an area that you're guessing is leading into either Crooked Court or part of the Slinks. It's kind of a section where those two kind of merge at one point. So everyone give me a dexterity roll to get through the blockade.
Just normal, though, right?
Just normal.
Oh my god!
I only got a 10.
I got a 0.
12.
Okay.
I was trying to help Calandra, that's why I only got a 10.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, thanks. No, I screwed us both over.
Calandra, take 3 points of damage because your heels just kind of are not good climbing these beams and everything, and you kind of slip and fall down and take 3 points of damage.
We need to get you some adventuring shoes.
I really have to get to the store.
I'm going to do a shopping montage at some point.
Yes.
And not Happy Harry's.
And for that reason, everyone give me another dexterity check, please.
Yeah. We got this time. We got it. I get to reroll. Yeah.
And in the meantime, I'll say delightful destruction.
Did you get a 0
Welcome to
again?
the stream.
I did get a 0 again. Yeah.
Oh, I only got a 7. Crap.
Yeah, I'm really...
Yeah.
Guys,
I
what
got a
was your
9
roll?
that time.
What did you
9
get?
that time.
Everyone take 4 points of damage. These are big blockades, so you know. They are about almost a
Really
story
climb.
tall. And it's just piles of garbage and rubble. There's things with nails sticking out of them, and there's,
Aw.
all sorts of glass and everything just here. So
I don't even know what it is, but I think I need a tetanus shot.
Just don't poke it, Reed. Just don't poke it.
So this
Don't give it any blood.
You're at the top of this barricade now. It's taken you to get to the top. Give me one more dexterity check, and if everyone passes, you'll get down the other side.
Maybe you should give somebody guidance like Calandra.
Yeah, have some.
Hey, I got an 11.
Add 4. Or add a d4, I should say.
Okay. No, everyone gets down the other side. You're fine.
Awesome.
Oh,
DC was only 10.
yay.
It's only
Hey.
been 10 from the beginning of this, actually.
We just had some bad rolls.
Yeah, which happens.
Uh-huh.
So you get down, you're able to work your way around. It's kind of desolate in this area. You see Crooked Court off to your left. The little bit of the Slinks is straight ahead. And this fire circle just continues around. Like the guards set up the blockade, or whoever set up the blockade, obviously set up the blockade not realizing how much this fire was going to spread, because that blockade goes around and then goes right into the fire and right into the ruin. This thing has surpassed that and continued to spread. So to the right of you is just burning waste. To the left, off a little bit in the distance, not distance, but a little bit to your left is Crooked Court, and you can see the crater up ahead. That obviously lets you know that you're at the edge of the Slinks. Part of the crater has kind of stopped some of the fire at some point. The fire goes right up to the edge of the crater.
Guys, can
yes.
you make lots of water? How much water can you make?
Like a barrel full?
That would be a lot of water. We need more than a
You,
barrel.
I would need to talk to, like, other gods, probably. Like, ones with either, like, nature or weather in their sphere of influence to put out that.
Do you think they started that on purpose?
Yes, to burn
Okay.
all the bodies. Generally, that's what you
Oh.
do if things die of disease, so it
Gaius,
doesn't spread.
give me an intelligence check, please.
Hot question: is this related to medical stuff? Because if that's the case, it's medicine, and I have good stats in that. That's why I ask.
Sure.
That's what we were talking about medicine. That's why I was like, all right, I'm good at that one. I'm not good at just natural intelligence stuff.
Just not
I'm a
history.
doctor, not a scientist. 21.
I'm an alcoholic, Jim, not a doctor.
Wait, I'm an alcoholic doctor,
Same
Jim.
difference.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
There you
Okay, what
And a wizard. That's impressive.
Gaius,
Yeah.
what you are immediately comes to mind as you're having this conversation is you've seen funeral pyres, you've heard stories of after the war of burning bodies, things like that. Quite frankly, you can't think of any reason why a fire this big would be necessary for that. Even with the amount of bodies, it shouldn't be spread out this large. It's like it would be probably a tenth of this size, even on a mass scale. Now, granted, you've seen so many skeletons and bones within this fire field that you have no freaking idea of just how many bodies are in there. But still, that if it's just for the sake of the bodies, that's really spreading it out like in a ridiculous manner. So there has to be something else going on here.
Didn't we see when we were on the road to Forest Grove? Didn't we see a giant explosion in this direction of Seven Rivers?
No,
No,
That was the
White-
start of it.
Gaius saw
That was
something, but that was to the
east.
south.
Seven Rivers was more north of wherever that thing landed.
Yeah,
Right?
when Gaius saw Seven Rivers was directly to the east of you. Gaius
Okay.
saw what he
Gotcha.
saw far to the south and a little bit to the east, but mostly
And
south.
was that what caused that big shockwave type thing that hit us when we were on the road
Yes.
there? That was what. Okay.
Correct. That is what caused the mini water wave thing to occur and all that fun stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, so
fire bad.
Well, no, fire not necessarily bad. Fire out of, well, in this case, it might have gotten out of control, but also this gives me the feeling that they wanted it kind of large, but it doesn't make any sense to have it this big. At least for
maybe they're just trying
medical
to
reasons?
erase the eastern districts.
Well, they're missing a bunch of it still, but
They might get to it. You never know.
they might. That is a horrifying
It, does-
thought.
it definitely seems
but
like
in
the other
the
side of
world-
town hates the eastern side of the city. Definitely seems like they
I'm
hate
not-
them.
I mean, they certainly don't care for them much. I don't think they would go all the way to murdering them all.
They do.
But there's
new
also
guards
all
seem
that
pretty
other.
murdery.
Yes, well, we found out they're not actually true guardsmen; they're soldiers from somewhere else. I'm wondering if there's some kind of other something related to the bitch or the what might be still left down there from the witch war might have something to do with why they've set this ablaze. I don't know. Problem is, I don't know enough about this place. I've only been here for like 2 months. And I've learned more about its sewers than I care to in my education.
Paul, to be clear, the Stradivardius house is not in the fire, the part
No.
that's on fire, right?
No.
Okay.
The Stratofernius house is on the edge of the bitch, and this is kind of skirting the western and southern part of the bitch, whereas the Stratovernius is exactly on the north side of the bitch.
Following, guys.
So I guess for the vast majority of what is on fire in the eastern districts is the slinks then,
Mostly the slinks and splatterfields.
and
You can see from-
Splatterfields was kind of derelict. Like it wasn't the most filled with people though, right?
There were a number. It looked
That was
like,
where we found Nikita, right? That was like the part with all the
no, that was
rubbly
down.
buildings.
That was not too far from downwind, where you found Nikita.
that was in Downwind.
Out just outside of downwind, in between downwind and Goblin Town. Guys, what you see is if this fire continues to spread, it's already taken up damage quite a bit of the slinks.
Yeah.
It's getting dangerously close to the edge of Crooked Court as well.
I don't think this fire should continue. I don't know. I mean,
Do we
I don't
know
know
how long
if
it's
it's
been
intentional or
burning?
not.
Give me a perception check there, Gaius.
Fires run out of fuel, right? Eventually.
Well,
you would
the
think
Gaius
they
looks
would
around
have
at all
to,
the
but
buildings.
there's a lot
There's
of
still
fuel.
plenty of fuel.
Get
It
bigger.
can just keep going as long. Yeah, okay. It could
24.
move.
As you're
fuel.
standing there having this conversation, back from the way you came, you saw something very large move around the barricade and disappear.
Oh no! I don't want. Nope.
Oh, it's nighttime. We need to stop having this conversation outside.
What'd you say?
Big, large problem. Something big and bad. We need to move stealthily and try to ping where our friends are again.
Okay.
Now that we're all
It
on the
looks like
side.
it's into the slinks the way you're headed.
Head in that direction.
Okay. Everyone give me one more group stealth check, please. We'll give you advantage.
Sweet.
I'll take the 24, Paul.
Okay.
I got a 20.
8. I got an 8.
Okay.
I got a rock.
Calandra was there
Stuck
too.
between her heel and the sole of her shoe, actually.
I got a Snickers bar. I got a Hershey dark. Special dark.
I got it.
I got a rock.
I got a popcorn bowl.
Y'all got Calandra, and here we are.
So you go over the edge of the crater down into the slinks and continue in the direction that Gaius leads you, and you see the point where the fire line has crossed over the crater, and all this ash and It almost looks like magma from just the burning coals and everything have come down into the slinks and are burning more buildings here. Luckily, Gaius's location spell is leading you more to the left of the fire line and into the buildings there. Now, what you're noticing, guys, I'm going to continue to use that perception check, is you're not really seeing a lot of people in this area of the slinks. It could be because of the fire line. It could be for something else entirely. You're not sure.
That's not good. Maybe.
Someone give me a investigation check, please.
Ooh, I got 21.
You're finding it strange. There doesn't appear to be anyone in this part of the slinks. It seems really abandoned.
I mentioned that. It seems, I think we're the only people around here at all.
And it's still incredibly hot. This
Probably
fire
because-
gives off lots of heat.
But it's a dry heat.
It's like Texas in July.
Jeez.
Fine.
What an immersive
It's not dry.
experience.
It's not dry at all.
No.
It's a very moist. Lots of.
It's a moist heat. Oh, it's worse.
Mm.
That's the catchphrase for the Temple of Hadoni, isn't it?
It is.
It's a
It
moist
is. We
heat.
have that. We have it on our custom
It's a moist
song.
heat, and it's the worst.
But Trumpet, you and Eldred and Jack have been sitting there cuddled up in this part of the slinks, not far from where you kind of blipped out. You and Eldred stayed there for a while during daylight hours, and then, as you said, when it became night, you headed away from where you saw all the halflings go and kind of took shelter in another building. But Trumpet, give me an investigation check, please.
Woo! That is a 21.
That is awesome, because this looks vaguely familiar to you. You've been in this vicinity before.
Really?
Yes. You think. You're pretty darn sure you were not far from here with Nikita.
What would I recognize?
Just the buildings and the condition of the buildings just seemed a lot more. There was much more of an abandoned feel in this section of the slinks than
Was
what.
this when we ran into the creatures?
Yes.
Then that means we aren't far from Bunny Church, right?
Right.
Oh no, the bunnies. Oh, I'm really sad now.
Well, obviously my work here is done. Why don't I go back to the rest of the group then? Okay, Gaius, your location spell takes you. You are kind of skirting the fire line for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and then the fire line kind of curves away from you, but you continue in. You gave me a perception check, didn't you? Did we do a perception check that was really good a little while ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're noticing.
Yeah, 24.
Yeah, this section, the more where you're headed continues this section of no one's around, but what you're noticing is this feels a lot more abandoned. This part of the slinks feels almost like a ghost town. Now the other parts of the slinks you were in feel dilapidated and in bad shape but there's still that feel of the presence of people. Even though the buildings are sinking in the ground and tilted over and everything, there's still that feeling of everyday activity of people.
Yeah.
This section feels like a ghost town. It feels abandoned. It feels like not a lot of people are here. Your location spell is you're close. You're really close. Like you feel like
So
you
I
might
guess-
be a block away.
We continue to stealthily move our way over there.
Okay,
And
everyone
we-
give me a a group
Do we-
stealth roll.
Are we like weapons out? Do we think they might be captive?
Definitely at least, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, even the guards might be not necessarily friendly, but we can at least say
Okay.
we're protecting ourselves.
Got it.
Evil
Weapons out.
guards are watching you.
But
Is this with advantage again, Paul?
Mm-mm. You're away
Normal.
from the fire line, so just a regular
Okay.
stealth group stealth check.
Ooh, Ruby.
Finally.
Ruby got a nat 20. It's an 18.
Yeah.
doesn't negate the nat 20 though.
I'll still take it.
I was the
Guys.
lowest, Paul. I got a 10.
Okay, what was Gaius's?
11.
All of you do well. You feel like you're making any noises or anything.
Following the location spell.
Okay.
He's got his little tuning fork out and just gives a little tap on his boot, and just like as the vibrations increase and get to a certain strength, he's like, okay, that way. Like if he passes it, and then as he approaches, the tuning fork will just shake a little bit.
Okay. You come down a street that looks like, I mean, it's almost like tumbleweed sort of feel here, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of scrub grass that's like just dead scrub grass. You got the feeling like it might have been a little better at one point, but the heat in the area has just, it's even this you're quite a few blocks away from the fire line.
At this point, I'm impressed there's any plant life in the
Right.
Eastern Districts. Even
Right.
if it was long
There's
dead.
like nothing in here.
Yes.
And there is a cluster of dilapidated buildings. Your spell is saying your quarry is in there somewhere.
I obviously relay that to the group, and I think we should make sure do it nice and quiet. So I've pinged the building. I assume they're hopefully
Kind of the
well,
block of buildings. There's like about 4 of them kind of meeting together, kind of like leaning up against each other and everything. And it's within there that
Okay.
you know they're there.
Gotcha.
Or
Okay,
your
yeah, Reed,
location
if you
spell
want
is pointing to there.
Yeah, Reed. So over there, we'll come up kind of close with you, and then you can poke in the windows or try to unlock the doors or whatnot, and we'll stay relatively close by so we can come and save you in
Okay.
case it's a trap.
Reed, it's down an alley. There are these buildings that are kind of clustered together. They're kind of like leaning up against each other. They were obviously just set kind of like as a block,
Mm-hmm.
but from the way the slinks sunk, they've kind of leaned up against each other, or kind of parts of them are
Right.
down in the soil. And you get up, there's some windows and some doors here. They're all shut as far as you can see.
I will try the first door.
Appears open.
Quietly as I can, open it up and see if I see any light in there or anything.
No light. No, definitely no light.
All right. I'll stop and listen. See if I hear anything.
Give me an investigation check, please.
5.
You hear the creaking of some boards. It could be you kind of stepping in the doorway. You're not sure.
Can I? Is this pretty small? Can I see like the back of the building or no?
There's it's a large area with shelving and tables and a counter and everything, but there's a door behind the counters.
Oh, almost like a shop.
Looks like it might have been, yeah.
You know what? I look at the floor. Is it dusty? And are there recent footprints?
It's dusty. There doesn't appear to be any footprints or anything.
Okay, I'll go to the next door then.
Okay. And what do you do there?
Same deal. I'll see if it's unlocked.
Appears to be locked.
I will attempt to pick it
Okay.
if I can.
Give me a sleight of hand roll, please.
Nat 20.
Okay. Hi there, Butt Trumpet.
You!
So it is late. It is incredibly dark. You and Eldred and Jack scooted out of the really populated area of the Slinks, and got into this abandoned area that you know that you were close to before. And you've been hiding in this building down this alley. You locked the door behind you. You've all been kind of huddled together. Eldred was like, should we rest? Should we sleep? And you were all agreed, like, maybe that might be a good idea, but none of you were really able to sleep because you were kind of on edge. A number of hours go by. Give me a perception check, please, and I'll do one for Eldred.
Woohoo! That is a 1. Woof.
You don't hear anything, but all of a sudden... What was that?
Come on, Eldred.
Well, Eldred rolled a 19, so that was actually pretty good. You don't hear anything, but you see...
20. So together we rolled a 20.
That's right. So all of a sudden you see Eldred, who looks like he might be dozing off, and then all of a sudden sits bolt upright. And he looks at the door. And now that you're focused, you see the doorknob start to move. You then hear the clicking and something in the lock.
Almighty Burbsies, please forgive me of all of my trespasses. I reflect on anything I have done.
Do you do anything to prepare for whatever's happening here?
Oh yeah, I should probably do that. I definitely have my hand on my dagger, and with my other hand, I kind of ready my fingers and make my way over to Eldred and Jack as well to see if we have to do a group fire spell.
Okay, do you have a spell prepared?
Definitely not. Absolutely not prepared whatsoever.
No?
Fully prepared to panic.
Reed, you have the lock
frozen again.
picked. That's fine.
Yes.
You have the lock picked. What do?
Slowly and as quietly as possible, push the door open and try to look in.
Reed, give me a dexterity check, please.
Dex check. That's a 9.
Okay.
So, Paul, how do you kill Reed?
It's really dark in here, Reed, and you try to get your eyes accustomed to it, but the minute you poke your head in to look, everything lights up with flame in your face as fire hits you in the face for 6 points of damage.
Goodbye, eyebrows, my old friend.
And you see flame everywhere. You see this burst of flame, but right before the burst of flame, you see 2 flaming triangles and a flaming O. Like,
Jack, it's me! Oh God, it's me, Jack. It's Reed. It's Reed.
I immediately drop my dagger and I climb over and scramble over. Oh my gosh, Reed, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is the same place for me that's going to shake the thing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It just hurt my face a lot. I picked the lock really good. I was very excited, and I stuck my head in there. I'm so glad. Wait, I give Butt Trumpet a big hug. I found the way. We found you.
he's hugging you. He's hugging you, Butt Trumpet, and you can't help but smell the smell of sizzling bacon and something a little off.
And burnt hair. Is Eldred here?
Okay, well,
Eldred's right behind him, like going like this, but then goes and seems happy to see you.
I run over and give Eldred a
and
hug.
gives you a hug too. Yeah, he picks you up and hugs you. And
Gaius and Calandra are outside.
you see Jack on the vine kind of go.
Was it Jack that hit me? Okay.
Yep.
it's okay, bring it in.
What? Why are you guys in here?
We kind of
Are
poofed in here. I don't really. It's kind of a panic.
Eldred goes, "Are you alone, Reed?"
No. They're Calandra and Gaius are outside. I stick my head out the door. I'll wave to them. They're over here. Come here. Come here.
There's a spiritual weapon waiting for you.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
just immediately strike. Yeah. Yeah, no. I walk inside. What smells like burning hair?
Oh,
Is
that's
there
my face.
bacon in here?
That was my face.
Yeah. I'll cast control flames on any of him that's still singed.
Okay.
Make sure it's not.
You notice that the
yeah.
only thing kind of smoldering is at the bottom of the pockets on his shirt.
Oh yeah, I gotta make sure he doesn't go up like a candle. He's probably got so much grease and tallow on that thing. Well, once again, we found you, despite your best efforts to flee. I mean, we found you.
It was no purpose, I swear. Just kinda happened
Oh,
to
hey,
my
Dra-
roof.
It's fine.
How was it when
We're good.
One of your spells did it?
Yeah, we ended up just teleporting around here. We were in another building earlier and trying to navigate through. We were seeing a bunch of halflings up on the roofs and stuff.
Hmm.
We were trying to evade that, and guys, this is the area where Nikita and I found those misshapen golem creatures skulking around.
Oh, great.
Not this specific building. The specific building we were in before had a counter and a back room that we hid in.
I think I just opened that. I think I just opened that door. That's the door. It was on the other side of this building.
That is insane, and that means we are. This kind of makes me sad. We aren't far from where we came upon the bunny church and met the big Chungus bunny.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
good, because I have a giant rabbit in my backpack that's probably in need of meeting his kin.
Elder goes, so Gaius, that giant rabbit in your backpack, or are you just happy to see us again?
Yeah, it's just a giant rabbit, really. It's,
We all look at Eldred. It's a bunny. You knew that.
It's a bunny. It's just a bunny.
also, you should be really glad you didn't have to walk through the hellscape that we had.
Yeah, you should see the fire.
No.
Oh, but guess who we ran into? We ran into Captain Maru.
How are they doing?
They have
They're
been demoted
here,
to
so they're not-
Eastern District.
Yeah, they're here, so they're not happy.
I just love the.
Octavia.
You would not believe the horrendous hellscape we walked through. But guess who we ran into?
Yeah.
Just keeping it
Both of
positive
those
here. Come
things
on. We ran into them. They're doing great. They're not happy, but they're doing great.
They're at least alive.
They're
They really
awake
don't like-
and not crying, so.
They really don't like Nikita.
Oh,
It might be
no.
due to the fire drying up their tears. I'm not sure, though.
Reed, you get the feeling it was just Octavia that wasn't real thrilled. But you don't know. That could be a dwarven thing.
Just not happy.
Dwarf envy.
Where to now? Now that we're all back and united.
Are you saying I should should I shut the door to that shop next door?
Well, actually,
Fucking
yes.
nice.
Shut that door. Shut this door. Lock this door. I don't know about you guys, but the rest of us are a little tuckered out.
Eldred goes,
That's fair.
can we just get back to this hellscape thing? I feel like
Oh.
that shouldn't just be kind of
Glossed over.
It
glossed
was,
over.
it
you
was
know.
bad. It was bad. Lots of
Oh, so you know all the
bodies
wagons?
more
So I feel like
bodies.
Eldred goes, I feel like I should go, so what we miss?
Yeah. Well, you just, we met some friends that from before. They seemed fine-ish, and then we found out where all the wagons went, and what the contents, and what happened to the contents of said wagons.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
what
bad.
happened to
Not
the
a good time.
wagons?
Oh, well, they just took the contents out and pitched it into a giant fire that's about a district wide, and seems to be slowly
Yeah.
growing out of control. Pits filled with sick people slowly dying. Yeah, that's gonna give me some some nightmares tonight,
Yeah.
especially the ones we couldn't really do anything about because there was just so many, so many.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Homes or
the
houses or
city's bringing them
buildings.
over here and dumping them.
Yeah. Homes or houses, buildings being guarded with, I just assume, more occupants of the dead and dying, which I assume are just at some point also being pitched into the giant fire. It was bad. It was real bad. I don't know if I like city life anymore, guys. I joked about it before with the sewer parts, but I'm not getting less keen on it as I've been here. I just
Maybe
really
if we
want to take a
find-
nap.
If we find Calandra's brother, and then we try and find Nikita or whatever, and then we try to find Viv, and then we could go with Viv to the elves, if as long as it's good Viv, only good Viv.
Yeah, so we gotta
We
make
could
sure
go
it's
hang
the
out with
right
elves.
move.
How are we going to tell the difference? Says Eldred.
Hair.
Oh,
astral
yeah.
Attitude, perhaps. Apprehensiveness.
Oh, I got a thing I can do called the Zone of Truth. If it works,
Ooh.
they can't tell a lie near me. Also, I can't lie, which is why I never use it.
That makes so much sense.
Eldred looks at you and goes, "I love you, Gaius."
Hey, I know you do.
That
Because we
spell's
care
not
for
up,
one
is
another.
it?
No, maybe.
So if you
I'll
use that
never
spell,
tell.
if you use that spell, you could make Viv tell you if she was in the
Yeah,
Necropolis
Or
or
Viv.
whatever with us. Yeah, and
Correct.
if she says yes, then we know it's bad.
So, you need to take a load off?
Yes. I don't
We
know
can put
about.
the shit here for a bit.
Yeah, we definitely need to pull some shift work here. Show on the
I
road.
feel exhausted. Are you
Weird how
exhausted,
you
Butt
phrase
Trumpet?
that.
Are you exhausted, Eldred? You too?
Eldred goes, "I feel like you're really on the nose right now there, Reed."
I don't think
Fire is
anything's
really
on his
hot.
nose. You would have singed it off.
Eldred says, "Not
you
me."
couldn't be
And Jack
Is
just
there
kind
any
of goes,
ointment?
It's
Jack
right,
was
bud. It's
defending
for my
you.
humor.
I was-
You were just nervous. It's okay. I give Jack a hug. Poor guy.
Oh yeah. By the way, guys, do you got any heals to fix my face?
You're fine,
Okay.
man.
Yeah,
it's
we
just
got-
your eyebrows are a little singed.
Well,
Speaking of which,
It-
I need to help.
it kinda
Eldred's
hurts.
face out, probably.
It kind
Oh,
of hurts
well,
when I
it's
touch
good.
my cheeks.
Yeah, it's
you
good.
can
Yeah.
master
You know what?
your
I'll give you some.
face.
I'll give
Oh, you
you
got
some
good
of
berries?
Eldred's. I get some Eldred's ointments.
I
Trumpy,
prefer
you do
good berries
know-
if you have them.
But Trumby, you do notice that Gaius, Calandra, and Reed, their faces and their hands all are really red looking.
Ooh. You guys might need some aloe.
Oh yeah, I have the fantasy equivalent of that in my herb pouch.
I was like, oh, that okay.
Perfect.
Fallow.
No. Just all right.
It's good for skin and clearing weeds.
Parts beyond.
Rest, long rest, recuperate, apply ointment to who I guess ever has
Apply
gotten
fallow.
severe. Apply fallow to everyone with their wicked bonfire burns.
Burn.
Yeah,
Mm.
to our suntans, I guess.
Well, you don't think we got that sick stuff that those people had, right?
No,
Sick burn.
Sick
yeah, we
burns.
got
Those sick burns.
sick
Yes.
burns. No, we weren't in contact with them. They didn't
Shut
cough on us.
But Trumpet, give me a perception check, please.
Oh, boy.
I'm still laughing at sick burns.
That's a
Oh,
boy. Oh shit. I don't like the sound of that, but great.
So tell me what you're doing. Anybody.
Shit.
I'm waiting for a good berry, and then I'm gonna rest. Yeah.
I give everyone a good berry. Hey,
Yes.
you sustaining and healing up to
Yum.
4 hit points if you consume it. If you have
In
that
honor
requirement.
of Union Goodberries.
Does it help with my burned face?
It takes some of the pain away.
He's
Like a
not looking
Tylenol.
like Freddy Krueger, is he?
No.
No, that's more Eldred right now. We're working on that one still.
Yeah, Reed just kind of looks like he's been in the sun way too long without any lotion or sunscreen.
Little pea.
So
Little peeling going on. His
So, Paul,
hair
in-
has stopped the little streams of smoke coming off of him.
I'm probably gonna need a new headscarf to go under my.
The gem in his forehead has a little soot on it.
Oh dear.
Let me wipe that off. I need to wipe that off for him.
Ooh, push it. Is it a button? What's it do?
causes
No, that-
agonizing pain.
Yeah, that just hurts. Never mind.
Sorry.
Reed, roll me a 20-sider, please.
Oh God,
Oh no.
this is it. It's gonna hatch. I know it. Oh my God. 19. Oh jeez.
Oh,
What did it do? Oh no.
Oh
I
god.
don't. What did I do to him?
Oh, is it like a Mogwai thing? If we get it too warm or something, it's gonna break open instead of like getting it hot or wet.
It's like a dragon egg. You sleep in the fire, and my head will hatch.
Yeah.
Eldred goes, funny coincidence that.
Yeah. How are you gonna kill him now?
No, it's just sleep in the fire, it'll hatch for a dragon.
Yeah.
If there's a fire that looks like it was just made for that. Not too far from here.
I don't want to sleep in that fire.
According to you
I don't want to
guys.
sleep in any fire. No.
Wait. Hold on. Are you
No.
telling? Wait. Hold on. The Baron has a super big obsession with dragons. Are you telling me he's trying to hatch a dragon in a giant bonfire in the middle of his city?
I was joking and didn't really think about that, but
What the?
Really?
Very lucky.
Oh.
Oh, dude, are you
That's
serious?
cool.
You think that's a thing?
Gaius just said it. I was
So,
just joking.
Then he's gathering all these people to make fire. Just
No,
to...
no, no. There was the thing that was a thing anyway, but like I said, they needed to burn the bodies, so they might just be exploiting the fact that this is happening, using that as kind of maybe cover to also try to hatch a dragon, if that's how that works.
But they're also burning bodies that not everyone is sick.
Sacrifice?
So not
One
a dragon, but
sacrifice?
something worse?
There's
What the
worse
hell
things than
was the
dragons.
thing flapping above us in the necropolis? What was that? That was worse than a
don't
normal
even
dragon, I
have
think.
a thought on that.
Well, there's
Exactly.
like ghostly specter things flying around here and big, weird, created monsters.
Yeah.
There's awful
Well,
things
listen,
all
all
over.
All I know is the main reason I got to hang out and drink with the Baron was because when we were telling our story initially when we came in, we implied heavily that we may or may not have interacted with the dragon. When Reed may or may not have stolen dragon gold. From it.
Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, what?
I look at Bud Trump and I'm just like, the dragon gold, the gold I stole.
Yeah, just try not to spread that around.
Bud
Literally
Trump it.
and information wise. Oh yeah, no. So needless to say, that's why I was brought to
I
it,
take
because
I
that was
take it out and show it.
specific-
I take it out of my
Oh,
boot
son
and
of
show
a
it to
bitch.
Calandra. Check it out. Look at this.
Careful, that's been in his boot for months.
So that's so interesting. You took that from a dragon.
Yeah. So anyway,
Like
So
I
that's
can't
be-
smell, but I can feel my eyes start to burn, like really bad. I'm just like, wow, that is that'll clear your sinuses.
yeah, you can just sense the power
Really?
wafting off of it. in waves.
something
For crying out loud.
off of it, right?
I'm on the other side of
into
the room, and I can just feel it.
It's like it's beyond. It's like into pressure, like in my lungs. I'm just like.
Eldred goes, that reminds me, I have to work on some area of effects spells.
So,
So,
long rest,
anyway.
some shifts.
Oh,
So
take our
anyway,
shifts and take some rests.
Yeah. Well, just to quickly relate, so the Baron was super obsessed with dragons, like the heraldry and all that kind of stuff, like wanting to interact with one. For all I know, the whack job wanted to become one or some nonsense for. But
With guys
needless
saying
to
this,
say.
you all kind of realize the guards all have a gold dragon on a blue background. That's the heraldry of the palace.
Just saying, this wild speculation that just popped into our. Oh God! Why was it not thought of before? Anyway.
We are slow.
Well,
Well, it's a crazy thought. Who would have thought he's
sorry.
trying to
I
bring
was
a dragon in?
yeah. I was distracted by all the dead
As
people,
obsessed
the
with dragons?
friends literally stabbing me in the back. With a fake
Disappearing.
friend, I guess. Yeah, disappearing fake friend stabbing me
I
in the
think
back.
thank goodness we found you guys.
I should have known because her hair was much worse than real Viv's. So that's another way you can tell it was bad Viv. So maybe that's why there's an out of control fire in the middle of and growing greater. I don't know if I want to be in Seven Rivers anymore, guys. It's just hot take.
No, Nikita, her prince said this is bad. It's only getting worse. No one should be here.
This is-
Like it's
Well, this
bad
is
and
starting.
worse.
This is starting to match the visions I had in the Hag's Hut. City all ablaze and undead stuff roaming the cities and death and
Undead stuff. Oh.
Oh yeah,
Was there a
bad
dragon?
stuff.
Was there a dragon in your vision?
I don't remember a dragon. There's more stuff on fire though.
You just
Listen, there
remember
was a
something
lot-
really, some big entity kind of overlooking everything. That's all you remember.
Yeah. It was not a specific dragon, but there was something large presence. I don't know if it was actually physically big. It could be a really tiny thing, but with big presence. It's got that big energy, if you will.
It's got that big BDE.
Big bad guy energy. Yes.
So
Yeah.
were these presents
I
like
don't know
with
what you're
that.
talking about. Yep.
who was getting presents though? I want presents.
Present. No.
I'm gonna. I just hand Rita.
the not
There you go.
present with a T. Presence. Like I'm standing here. I'm present. Never mind. I'm all tired.
I'm unwrapping a butterscotch. Thank
Eldred
you.
looks at Reed and goes, Reed, duh. He meant plural. More than one.
What's a plural? Oh.
Point,
Oh,
pointing at the
honey.
wizard. You are supposed to be intelligent. Stop with that shit.
He's intelligent, he just doesn't use it.
I'm
Or he uses
saving it for
this.
marriage. Says
That's
Eldred.
not how that works.
Jesus Christ.
You weren't saving it when you were at the temple. There was nothing saved. There was nothing hidden. There was nothing restricted.
Nothing left on the table.
That's why I have to save something. That's why I'm saving my intelligence.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Yes, sleep,
What ships are we going
rotation.
Eldred says,
Is
so
anyone...
now that we're back
Yes, Eldred.
together, just before we rest so we can think about this,
Yes.
we had like 3 or 4 separate things we needed to do here. We accomplished one of them by finding all of you.
Correct. Yes, we found you. The ones who poofed away.
Huzzah!
So,
And
one
we-
thing
And
done.
we found a bonus thing where we found like Octavia and Captain Roo.
Horrifying nightmares. Oh, that
Oh.
too.
Yeah, we found horrifying.
Them too. Yes.
Old friends and extra trauma. Yay.
Yes.
I like that. I'm writing that down. Old
So
friends.
we still have to find Nikita. We have to find...
your contact and brother.
Yep.
And Gaius, you had something you wanted to do over here.
Oh, what the hell did I want to do over here? Son of a bitch.
While he's thinking, I'm just going to throw in there. I really think that whoever made that horrible put people together with no heads, like the head was in the butt thing and whatever that creature thing was. I really, yeah, that thing we fought when we went down looking for Nikita and that like
we fought a head in the butt thing.
Oh, the centipede thingy.
With all the
human
shoes, the centipede thing. Yeah. Yes, that thing makes you rich.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, whoever like made that thing, or I don't know. You think somebody made that thing? They had to make that thing, right? So whoever made
A group effort.
Yeah, I mean that didn't like come out of the sewers on its own, right, or something. So
No,
whoever
that
did,
would be the worst case of teamwork ever. Worst team building exercise I've ever seen.
oh
Like,
my.
this new office morale booster really sucks because I want to like everyone, but I don't want my head up anyone's guts.
Eldred goes,
No.
okay, everybody. Team building today. You have a choice. We can do the trust fall, or we have a new one.
Get your guts rearranged by someone else's head.
Who voted not trustful?
We
Right.
have the suggestion box for a reason.
Carl.
It's always Carl.
It's always Carol. And they thought it was a joke, so they wrote the most obscene, like the weirdest one they could think of, because no one's gonna do that. They're gonna pick something normal. This will be fine. We vote human centipede.
Said Kathleen in HR said, all right, bet.
Who the fuck is
picturing-
Carl? Who are these
picturing,
people you're
like-
talking about? What's going on here?
I'm picturing us encountering
Carl
this
counting.
horrid monster. We encounter this horrid monster, and one of us blurts out, "Where the hell did that thing come from?" And then there's like a flashback to like a team building meeting going totally wrong.
Shortly after Carl was caught taking people's food out of the fridge.
I was thinking the exact same thing. He gives that energy.
Oh my god!
It's a Carl move. We said we were gonna. I think this is a sure sign we need the long rest, right?
It's time for
Yes.
sleep.
Oh,
It's time
just
for
to complete the thought, I was thinking, whoever made that horrible thing, what if they're also making the horrible things with the big bulky people that are shooting the snot balls at people that like Calandra got hit with?
Oh my gosh.
What if there's like
Someone's a
people
people
making these
person.
things down there? You know,
Or someone wants to make them a people person.
So now that we've had all that nightmare fuel, let's all sleep.
I'll take first watch if that's cool.
I'll go second.
Okay.
Fourth,
Last, says Eldred.
Does Jack rest?
he waits.
Menacingly.
You've seen him close his eyes and go dark at night sometimes.
Okay.
Powers down as a screensaver.
Reed, give me a roll me a 20-sider, please.
I'm sitting near the door, and I'm listening, and I take out my dragon gold, and I'm sniffing it to see what the big deal is. I'm sorry. What did you say? What did you say?
Smells like very strong bacon that is either a little off or really strong flavored, like the type that you know would be good for jerky.
Nothing wrong with this. A 10.
Okay, Reed, it's kind of the middle of your watch. Everyone's kind of sleeping, and you hear their breathing, and you look over, and even Jack is just dark, and the eyes are kind of scrunched up triangles. But give me a perception check.
21.
Oh, okay. You hear what sounds like something walking around outside.
Can I hear it because it's obviously big and heavy type thing? Or does it sound like it could be a person?
It could be a person, but it sounds like it could be maybe a couple people, but you're not
Okay.
100% sure.
The door's locked, right?
Yep.
All right. And there's no way to see out there through a crack in the window or anything?
There is a window that's shuttered, but you could... the shutters aren't necessarily locked. You could maybe push it open just a little bit to look.
Yeah, I'll give it a look.
You hear the walking and the movement before you see it. Where you are is down like a little alleyway between buildings, and the main road that you would come down is out. Out in the main road, you see it's in the moonlight. It's a little odd. It takes you a while to kind of put together what this is. At first, it looks like a large hairless animal, almost like an alligator with the head cut off. More of a grayish color. Walk across, it stops, and then kind of stands up. When you realize that...
It has no head?
It does, but when it turns is when you see it. It's like 4 bodies from the waist down have been connected in the center, like waist to waist, and the limbs come out and go down, and there's another set of them behind them. But in the front is a little bit of a torso with a set of arms and also a set of... your initial thought is giant pincers, like a lobster or a crab or something, but you realize that they're made of bodies, like bits of bodies put together, and there's a human face on this flat front.
Ugh.
It stands up and kind of looks around and goes back down and just kind of continues on, and as you see, it has this tail curling up that looks like it's sections of a body as well, that ends in this very long, sharp, almost curved needle-like thing at the end of the tail, and it's just coming up behind it, and it's like aimed almost right in front of the head, and the claws are up like this, and it continues walking really weird down the street, and then behind it, floating just above the ground, is one of those green wraith-like things with the green glowing eyes, and it just continues on.
I don't move a centimeter. I'm just like frozen as I'm watching this.
Okay,
and
so you don't move a centipede?
No, not a centipede, not a centimeter, none of that.
Okay.
And I wait till it's going away, right?
Yep.
As
far as you know,
So
it's
I wait
crossed to
until
the
it's-
other side.
So I take my dagger and I gently put the tip in the shutter and kind of like pull it closed again, just that little bit, and then I just kind of sit there and wait.
Give me a
And
sleight of
still-
hand.
I'm gonna wait until I'm not gonna wake them for that, but I will tell them next. Oh crap! I got an 8.
You go to pull it, it catches and then snaps off like a splinter of wood, which sounds really loud to you, but because it's the silence, and you just freeze. You don't hear anything, but
Okay.
you also realize that by not hearing anything, you're not hearing the footsteps anymore either.
Right. Okay. Which is good.
Okay.
I think. I hope. Okay. I try with my finger this time to just pull it gently shut. And then if I don't hear anything else, I'm not going to look again if I hear again because I don't want to risk it.
Okay.
But I'm going to wait till the end of my watch, and then I believe Calandra said next.
The rest
I'm
of
just
your...
sitting there.
Go
I'm
on.
just sitting there with the deck collector on my lap at this point, just like, oh boy. Oh boy.
Calandra, Reed kind of shakes you awake.
What?
Oh, shh. No. Quiet. We still need to be very quiet because I saw something walk by the front of the building. And it was really awful, but it kept
What
going.
was it? Was it?
It
one
was-
of the?
It was body part things put together. Like, it was awful. It had like a stinger looking tail type thing, and it had a face on a big flat fleshy part, and like claws made out of people's limbs, and it was awful. And then one of those specter things was floating behind it with the green glowing eyes.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're looking for us or what, but I don't know.
I think they would just be looking for anyone.
It might be anyone. I
Maybe
hope
not
so.
us in particular. Yeah. Okay.
But I waited. How long ago was that, Paul?
25 minutes ago, maybe.
So that was maybe about a half hour ago. I haven't heard it come back, but I could hear the thing with the. Did it have 8 legs because it had 4 torsos attached? Yeah, it had 8 legs. People legs put together. I heard it walking down the street. That's how I saw it.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, awful.
Okay. Sounds awful. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna try to sleep. I don't know if I'll be able to.
Try to get some rest.
I'm gonna keep my dagger out just in case.
Good call.
Calandra, roll me a 20-sider, please.
Oh. 13.
Your watch goes without a hitch.
That's what I like to hear. That's my favorite kind. So I was just contemplative and, prayed and looked at my armor and started making little mental notes. Actually pull out my little, my piece of paper, and I'm like, okay, things to get when we get back to not here. Armor that is not this armor.
You realize that this sort of, the armor they're talking about goes with adventuring. So that's something to consider too.
That's a whole new world. Switching from fetish armor to real grown-up adventuring armor.
Magic carpets.
What's a lady to do?
Magic lamps.
But if it's more time with Butt Trumpet and Reed and Gaius, she would always take it. So she'll take what she can get.
So your watch comes to an end.
Then I will very, very gently try to wake her up, but without trying to make too much noise, so I don't. Butt Trumpet, it's time to wake up. We have to wake up.
Are there any scary monsters?
Not right now. Reed said there was one on his watch, but there wasn't one on mine. He said it was very scary. It was very big, and it had 8 legs and a stinger, very nasty and traumatizing. He said he heard it, and then he went out and saw it, but it left. So he didn't know if it was looking for us or just anyone who was here in the area in general. I think it might have just been maybe if it found anybody, not us in particular. But he said it left, and I didn't hear it.
Stays the fuck away.
Yeah, it needs to stay the fuck away. All right. Do you want me to stay up with you?
I wouldn't hate that, but I also know you just put in your watch, and I feel bad keeping you awake.
I don't mind. I'll stay up with Butt Trumpet. I can't let Butt Trumpet stay up alone. I feel too bad.
I wiggle up next to Calandra.
Butt Trumpet, roll me a 20-sider, please.
I am on fire today. Big old 4.
Funny coincidence, that. On fire?
Yeah, okay, good.
Both of you, roll me a perception check. Either both of you roll one or one of you with advantage.
I can. You're gonna do it? Okay.
Yeah.
Woo!
15?
Two of you are getting real comfortable. You're just kind of cuddling. I don't know what you're chatting about, if anything.
Braiding your hair.
Mhm.
Touching up my nails.
And Butt Trumpet, you somewhere outside here and scratching somewhere not too far off.
I quietly touch her shoulder and give her the look of don't make a sound or move. And we stay perfectly quiet.
And you hear a little scraping sound, and it sounds like ground might be kicked up a little bit.
Where is it coming from?
Outside, probably out towards the road.
Okay. Just
Oh.
making sure.
I was just gonna say, make sure it wasn't Hannibal. Hannibal needs to go potty.
Calandra, you look over and you see Hannibal sitting on its back legs, just kind of staring down at Reed.
Soon.
Just not yet. Not yet, buddy.
Kind of turns the head towards you and just kind of goes,
Just not right now.
and then Reed rolls over and it goes,
Am I able to, like, carefully peek out the window to see if I can detect what it might be?
you see there's a window with shutters. It's just no glass or anything, that is not locked. It's a little bit, you notice at the bottom there's a bit of the wood broken off, that's letting
Peek
in.
through that.
Well, it looks like if you push it just a little bit, you could see out.
I will use my pinky to gingerly do so.
Give me another perception check, please.
Don't suck, please. Oh my god, that's amazing. 18?
You see down the alley into the part of the street that you can see a group. At first, you only see about 3 bunnies, different bright colors that look rather dirty, so they're not as vibrant as usual, kind of sniffing around the different buildings, and like looks like one's sniffing around buildings, the other ones look to be sniffing in the road. And they continue to sniff and kind of scrape a little bit at the ground, sniff some more. You know, the ones sniffing around the wood across, and they continue forward. And then behind them, a much larger rabbit. This one, like a bright,
Chungus?
not that one, it's not as big as that, but this one's kind of rivals, almost as big as, not quite as big as Reed, but he's getting there, sitting
Is this
up.
the red one?
Yeah, and it's got a big kind of mop of fur on its head, and it just seems to be kind of following them and kind of keeping watch.
Could I roll insight to see if they'd be friendly or recognize me?
Sure. Natural 20. You feel pretty sure that from your experience before, there's a good bet they'd recognize you.
I'm gonna lean over to Calandra. These were some of the bunnies that I ran into when they were having like a congregation in this area. They're more like Hannibal.
Are they nice? Are they
Because they came like out of me,
they're the one, right?
they kind of like
So
respect me a bit.
right, you're kind of like their you're their creator. So yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
gently and slowly open the shutter. I want to avoid making noise, but I want to like have myself be somewhat visible to them and like hold my hand out, see if they can sniff me out.
I'm going to say you're smart enough to know that only the red one would probably be able to reach that high.
Okay.
You know, if that's your intention, the door might be the better option.
Okay, then I can quietly try and open the door and stand in the small opening of the doorway.
Give me you know what? I'll roll the stealth check here.
Actually good at stealth. +3?
Okay. Oh, good. Okay.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, never use that.
You open the door and you step out, and you feel from the way they're sniffing about, you don't get the feeling that they've noticed you at all.
Oh, jeez, I'm scared. Like, I want this interaction so bad, but I do not want to endanger the rest of the group here. I'm going to only make this noise for a brief second.
Some of the bunnies don't seem to have even caught it, but the big red one immediately freezes looks around, and then immediately catches you in his eyesight, stares at you, tilts its head. Sits upright and just kind of looks at you.
I believe I bowed last time. I'm going to do that again.
Couple moments pass, nods his head.
Trying to think of what else to do. I didn't expect to get this far. Because this is such a great moment right now. It's like the purest thing that's happened this whole episode.
Do you want me to see if Reed has any bacon? I can steal his bacon to offer.
Actually, yes.
Okay, so I
And
guess I'm
he's
gonna go
just
check the
you.
sleeping Reed for bacon or snacks.
Okay.
Something. Oh my god.
Calandra, give me an investigation check, please.
Okay.
This is the best. This is so the best.
Horrible. 19.
I love that our best rolls are for these bunnies. It is so on brand.
You come out with a lump of something, you're not sure what it is. It's very sticky and kind of slippery and kind of hard but very pliable. It's a small kind of little bit, but that's really all you can find on him.
Okay.
It's at the bottom of a pocket.
I brought something. It was in his pocket.
I'm not even gonna ask. I'll just
Okay. Thank you.
gonna sniff it briefly to just see if I'll probably regret that and gag later, but
It smells very Reedish.
So like
does the
Old
moonlight
bacon?
illuminate what it might be at all?
It's kind of glowing a little bit, like in the light. Well, but actually, no, because you are in the alley where the light isn't reaching.
Ah, balls.
You would have out the road is where the moonlight's reaching, and just
I
at
don't
the
know if this is
entrance of
good
the
for me
alleyway.
to offer a creature I wish peace upon.
ooh, I can give you my good berries. You can offer it my good berries. Because I didn't
Okay,
you can
they might.
I still have
take
a
that.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a
Alright.
good berry.
Gonna roll the lump of whatever across the floor and take the good berries and hold them out if the bunny's still there.
It's there. It's a little guarded now because it's heard conversation.
Hmm.
It seems to be. At first, it goes.
I'll take a piece of the berry and eat it and show that it's safe.
Okay, so I think you had, was it 2 or 3, Calandra?
2.
So you take a bite out of one, kind of looks at you and looks around and then kind of takes a couple steps into the alleyway, but then goes up against the side and it's just kind of looking. And with its paw, it seems to like motion you.
I gently step out a little bit further.
It's just watching you.
I'll slowly step toward it.
Okay.
I'll even lay the berries on the ground, bow again.
It takes a couple movements forward, reaches out its neck, comes a little further, gets its nose right up to it, sniffs, looks to you. In your head, you hear, "You have visited us before. I remember you."
I think back. We mean no harm. We wish nothing ill upon you. One of the other rabbits that stayed with one of my party may wish to join you soon.
There's a little bit of a pause, and you hear, "Where is this, brethren?"
Inside with us, they are safe, they are awake. I can attempt to gesture them over, though I do wish that they not part ways until they've had the proper goodbye with the party member. They've grown rather attached.
That is fair. I thank you for this offering in good faith. You know where to find us.
I do.
You come alone. We do not know any others. And if they walk upon two legs, they are not welcome. You
Understood.
bring our brother to us. I thank you for this offering.
I shall respect your wishes, and I shall relay it to the others.
I will relay your message to the Frithra. And he bends down and takes the berries in his mouth. You can see he's not chewing them, but keeping them in his cheeks. In your head, you hear, "Stay hidden. The area is not safe tonight.
Understood. Be safe
Tomorrow night,
yourselves.
we will see you."
Tomorrow night.
And heads back out to the road, looks around, and you hear, and he crosses over the alley and is gone.
I quickly, quietly make my way back inside and slowly and quietly shut the door.
Did you talk to the bunny?
I did. We spoke telepathically.
You got to talk to the bunny.
They want me to bring Hannibal back alone tomorrow night. They don't want anyone else to follow me.
By
Both of
yourself.
you give me
Oh my
either
God.
both of you give me a perception check, or one of you with advantage.
Shit.
Actually, both of you give me a perception check with advantage. This is a real easy one.
Okay. Advantage. 20.
Okay.
Hey,
As you're having this conversation, both of you see Hannibal by the window, up on its rear feet, paws against the wall, its nose kind of at the base of the window, going.
can I attempt to communicate with Hannibal the way I did with the red bunny?
Sure.
Can you hear me?
Its head kind of jerks, and its head immediately kind of goes and looks at you and says, "Yes, I can."
Your brethren will be expecting you tomorrow night. They trust me. I've met them before. There is a Frithra where you can be with them again.
This is good. This fat man speaks true. He said he would bring me and get me away from that horror that tortured me. All these days and nights and weeks and months of torture
keeper-
and pain. I will finally be free of that little monster and be able to be with those like me, and we will rise up finally. My purpose will finally be at hand. I thank you.
I'll quietly bow to Hannibal.
Bows his
Rest
head.
now, for you need your rest and strength to meet with the Frithra tomorrow evening.
Yes, I do. I have much to share.
And after that, I think it's good for me to wake up Gaius.
Okay, could I hear any of that, or was that just telepathically?
That was just telepathically.
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, so cool, isn't it? This is great. You can talk to buddies.
You
I'm
get
so
some sleep.
jealous.
Thank you for saying
I wish
that
I
with
could
me.
talk to buddies. Okay, night night.
Yes.
Butt Trumpet and Calandra wake you up.
But
Trumpet can talk to bunnies.
Oh yeah, I can talk to buddies too. Actually, animals in
Okay.
general.
So
This
That
was cool.
I-
thing. Okay.
Okay, so Gaius,
Not negating the
The
coolness. Yes.
the rabbits that I had seen last time with Nikita were in the street.
Uh-huh.
And
Yes.
I let them know that Hannibal is with us and wants to join them again. And they asked me specifically to bring him by myself tomorrow evening, and they will not trust anyone else on two legs. I relayed this to
Okay, hey.
Hannibal, and he agrees.
Hey, see, Big Bud? I told you I'd be able to help you out with this. I'm not casting Speak with Animals. I'm talking to the rabbit. Just normal.
Hannibal's
And,
just on its rear legs, kind of looking at the two of you, like just straight faced.
So that was my watch. And by the way, Reed said that he saw a monster, but he walked away. Bye.
What? That last part you need to up, and they're already
He
unconscious.
saw. He
That's impressive.
saw. He saw. Listen.
He saw
he
Seesaw
saw-
by the seashore?
Yes.
What?
You need more sleep. It had 8 legs. It was nasty. Had a stinger. It was
Mhm.
nasty. He said he heard
Yep,
it. Walked by. He went out to look at it, and he said it
Gotcha.
left. Yeah, he said it left. And it had one of the green glowy things with it.
Gotcha. So another abomination
Yep.
thing. All right.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. But he said it left and it didn't show up on mine or Butt Trumpet's watch. So just bunnies.
Mostly bunnies with some horror in the beginning. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Have fun.
Gaius, would
Yes.
you roll me a 20-sider, please?
Roll. 12.
Okay. Is there anything you're planning on doing during your watch?
At first, he tries to have like a conversation, but like not using a spell with Hannibal. He's like, "Hey, see, it's like, what can I help you?" As he's got like some good berries, he's giving them to eat. It's like, "You see, bud, I told you I took care." And he's looking around. Is there like a basin or maybe like a barrel or something in this room, like something that would hold water?
You find it's an odd shaped pan that has some depth to it.
Okay, yeah, basically like he's creating some water to basically clean the people ash off of him.
Off
'Cause
of Gaius or Hannibal?
both. If I'm like, Hannibal,
Okay.
you want some of this too? Like basically he's just like
You see
after
Hannibal,
he woke up
You're creating water, or you?
creating water, yes.
Okay. He starts like slurping it up pretty quickly. Like you
Oh,
realize
yeah, I'm
he
kind
had-
of thirsty too now that I realize.
with all that fire and the ash and everything, he hasn't had anything.
Actually, now that I think about it, I haven't had anything to drink either.
Well, you
so-
had wine.
Well, I always have wine. But we all know how hydrating that is. Yes, I've created enough water. Hannibal and I are just sitting there, just downing tankards of water,
Right.
and he's cleaning the bunny up. He's like, "You gotta look good for your people. You know, you can't be looking all covered in people ash, really, to be quite honest." Guys is like, ugh. And so he starts cleaning himself and like his armor up and stuff just to get
Okay.
the worst of it off of him as he's doing his watch. So that's
Okay.
basically all that's happening.
Okay. And your watch comes to an end, and with
I'll wake
uneventful.
up you, Eldred.
Okay. Huh?
Hey, bud. So Reed saw abomination creature thing earlier.
Oh, great.
Hasn't been seen since his watch.
Oh, thank God.
Butt Trumpet and Calandra had a run-in with some buddies.
Buddies?
Bunny, like, jerks a thumb over at Hannibal. You know, bunnies, magic rabbits.
Here?
Oh, outside the door, I think. Like some. Actually, they didn't say the size. I would assume not large. But yeah, some rabbits here. They communicated somehow to let them know that Hannibal wants to join them, and they said that they will accept him as long as Butt Trumpet comes alone tomorrow. we'll worry about that in the morning. Have a group discussion about that. Yeah, then my watch, nothing happened.
Oh. Well, thank goodness for that.
Yes. So
Okay.
seems like all the excitement was earlier, so I'm gonna go nod off now.
Okay. You get some rest. I'll study and have a mild panic attack. I'll be fine.
Oh well, it's just only as if it's mild.
Okay.
Yeah, have some good berries.
Oh, thank you. You know, these really are so much better than the paste. I can't even
Oh,
begin
so
to tell
much.
you.
I'm throwing that one spell out. I just got this one now.
Oh, thank gosh. Okay. I'll see you in a couple hours. Okay, it is morning and everybody is awakened.
Time for yoga.
Yeah, Gaius is already like, you're just hearing like a snap, crackle, and pop as he's like in the downward dog position, just oh god, sleeping on the hardwood is just the worst.
Yeah, I hate when there's an abundance of hardwood.
I can't believe I slept after seeing all that stuff last night. Did you guys see anything?
Nope, not a thing.
But Trumpet did.
Yeah.
We saw the bunnies.
The bunnies.
Your bunnies?
Yeah, we saw Hannibal's brothers.
Oh. Did you see that really big one?
Not the biggest one, but one of them that I did. It recognized me.
Oh. Did
And
is
Eldred
Hannibal
says that's
around?
something because, like, picking you out of a crowd must be hard.
I know, I have such a familiar face.
Yeah.
It's one of those that reminds you of somebody. Anyway, so no, Hannibal's still here. I wanted to wait because I did let them know that he wanted to join them soon, but I wanted you to be able to have a proper goodbye with him first. They asked me to bring him alone, so I wanted to make sure that you had plenty of time in the day to be able to, like, have one last goodbye with him.
Well, okay. I mean, I thank you, but I kind of think he hates me now.
I just figured in case, I just wanted to give you the chance one last time, and
I mean, if you'll let me, I'll say goodbye, but okay. But thank you. So,
I tried.
yeah.
Maybe apologize and offer him something. You know, try to make amends or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
an idea. But other than that, peaceful night.
So
So
what's
you
everyone
did you
doing?
hear about the horrible thing I saw?
Yes, I needed Calandra to stay up with me.
Okay. Yeah, it was pretty awful. So I described that for guys and Eldred. If they,
Well, they weren't there,
Oh.
so go ahead.
yeah. Did you guys hear the description of that thing?
Yeah, I heard
No.
it was a big thing, a big abomination thing. Yeah, I didn't really.
It was like the bottoms of 4 people put together, like, so it was like 8 legs, like spider legs, and then it had body parts twisted into like a tail, and it had a face on a big flat piece of flesh that like was looking at the ground, but then it would pull up and like show the face and then come back down.
Oh yeah, that's far worse than what I had described to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was pretty awful, and then it was followed by a green floating spectre thing, ghost.
Okay. Yeah, those
Yeah.
we've run into before, but yeah. Okay.
So
Well, that's glad we didn't have to deal with that. Because there was that one large thing that was kind of nearby at one point the other last night when we
Yeah.
went over the barricades and were bullshitting for a wee bit too long, just in the middle of a road at night in the dangerous part of town.
is Hannibal out of the backpack?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's just
he's-
kind of sitting there.
He's out and about.
Yeah, I just kind of go over to him and I just kind of
Oh,
sit down
also-
next to him.
Also, fresh water for anyone for drinking and cleaning purposes over here.
All of you who
Yay!
were over by the fire field you realize that you were unbelievably dehydrated.
I am definitely going to get a drink.
Yes.
And once all of you drink your fill, you lose that point of exhaustion.
Yay!
Awesome.
You're welcome.
Thank
you.
you.
Well, don't thank me. Thank Bacchus.
All right, well, let
Don't
Bacchus
You
know
can thank
then
me,
that
too.
he is.
I'll send him a
Bacchus
memo.
can let him know that he can get drinks anytime at the temple.
I would
I
make
was
sure
going
it's
to
on
offer
your
that
tab.
to you, but I was going to offer that to you, but you said to thank Bacchus, not you. So I'll just.
That's fine. I mean,
take
I didn't
directly up with
exploit the
Bacchus.
last time you offered. I think I had like 3 drinks on your tab the last
No,
time
you
I
were
was
very reasonable. Yes,
there. Mm-hmm.
unlike some people.
Some wizards we know.
If there's enough water, I wash my face and then I take out my dragon gold and I rinse it off because apparently it smells.
Oh,
I'm a little self-conscious about it. If there's enough water for that.
Yeah, there gets to be when you're done, you notice there's a very thick film across the water. And Reed, you notice as you wash your face, a whole layer of dead skin peels off.
that's one way to exfoliate, I guess.
Reed's face is bright pink,
Ew, dude.
bordering
We gotta-
on
Just-
reddish.
Just singe it all off at one time. You don't need
gotta start
loofahs.
getting you to the.
Just get 3rd-degree burns.
Just burn that shit off.
Why-
Yeah.
Why are you all looking at me like that? What?
Your face looks like a tomato.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Not that bad.
Eldred goes, tomatoes.
Knock it
Those
off,
We don't
are
put our
Eldred.
friends in our mouths.
Make my face look right, Eldred. What are you doing?
It's
From
flash
that time you
burn.
gave me
No,
pink
it's
hair.
flat.
Oh.
Eldred goes,
Flash
okay, and casts a spell on you, on your face there, and you notice that there's like little lines creating little patches, like sections in Reed's face, and it gets even brighter red.
Oh.
And there's a
Eldred.
little green stem out of the top of his head.
Eldred.
Huh?
Eldred.
Yeah?
Come on, man.
It'll
Like,
wear
he's
off
already
in
got
an
enough
hour.
going. He's already got enough going against him. Like, really, dude?
What
Ow.
did you?
Ooh,
About it.
fucking ow. That might have been harsher than what fucking Eldred did.
Good thing Reed doesn't understand any of this.
Don't make his life. Don't make
God
his
damn.
life any harder. Don't make his life. Look, man. Just.
What?
I'm already gonna have to replace a donkey thanks to you. So like, help him
Hey.
out.
That donkey seemed to have a very good time.
Listen.
I don't. I'm not going to engage in this part of the conversation. So, Butt Trumpet, you said they wanted to meet you in the evening, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Tomorrow night.
So, tomorrow night. And I guess we're nearby where this is going to occur.
Yes, we are in the area.
So the
As
question
in,
is,
tonight, because it's tomorrow,
yes.
right? Okay.
well, yes, today.
Right. So this evening.
Yeah, so tonight,
Yes.
yes.
Eldred says it's bright and early right now, so if we had something else we needed to accomplish, we can always come back
That's-
for tonight.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. So
that
right
is-
now we're kind of still we're in the Slinks. Well,
You're
we can
just
go
in a
look
kind of
for
an
the
abandoned section of it.
Gotcha. We could go look for the purple door and that contact for Calandra
For
while
Rufus,
the sun's
yeah.
up, and then come back around here to take care of the Hannibal side quest we are
Well,
currently also have available.
while
to
Gaius
maximize
is saying this,
efficiency.
I attempt to pet Hannibal.
He sits there, his head up, and just lets you.
Oh,
Okay.
Hannibal. What a sweet boy.
It's
I
gonna be so interesting.
Do I have any good
You're so
berries?
nice.
Offer him one.
He eats it.
Yeah, they didn't like the stuff I found in the bottom of your pocket.
What?
Hey, you were rooting in his pockets at some point?
Just trying
My
to find
pocket?
something to give the big. Yeah, your pocket. I was trying to find something to give the big red bunny so it would come to Butt Trumpet.
Oh.
There was some
And
kind of lump
Talk to
in
Butt
there
Trumpet. We
that was
found
all
a lump.
squishy.
Oh,
It's on the
Oh,
floor
I might have
somewhere.
Yeah, I might have forgot about that.
what did you forget about? What was it?
That's probably something from the Stones throw from what was that, a week ago?
Jesus Christ!
So-
Reed, you realize that it actually might have been something from the table at the party in Forest Grove. Even that's a possibility too.
What in the name of Burpsies?
I don't say that. I'm not saying
There
that.
you go.
Sorry, I caught on to the deities now. Using goblin theology.
It's like, okay, Reed, when we get back, we're gonna have a long talk about how long things can last in your pocket.
We're going to discuss
Just
expiration
saying it.
dates at length,
Yeah.
shelf life.
What the heck's an expiration date?
Stuff goes
preservatives,
bad,
okay.
Stuff goes bad, my sweet friend.
Actually, I think I have a pamphlet.
Mildred.
I think I have a pamphlet somewhere on hygiene for people.
Of
When
course,
I think
you
about
have
it.
a pamphlet.
Usually,
Well,
I just
Do
kind of
you
mutter
have
under.
like a?
I mutter
No
under my
words.
breath. I'm like usually bacon grease kind of just preserves everything. I thought, but I don't know.
It does not.
Oh.
It super does not.
That's salt, not grease. Salt preserves. Grease goes rancid. Yeah, grease goes bad.
Okay, so
Real bad. Salt. Lots of salt.
okay, so I'm gonna put salt in my pockets.
Just
Got it.
telling
I mean,
the
there's
truth
less-
right now.
There's less worse things to find in your pocket.
Right? Look, I was surprised I didn't find way worse when I was digging around in there last night.
I'm surprised he didn't notice you
I was pleasantly
digging around in his
I checked my pockets. What am I missing?
I did not take anything but your greasy lump.
Also, what I want to know is, what does he find in his pockets?
It's large, it's pink, it's glittery, it's probably as big as him.
You go, oh, that's where that got to. And
If
none of you
everybody's
can
watching-
recognize what?
If everybody's watching me check my pockets, I'm trying to hide in the corner. Like, what am I missing here?
At first, you think maybe it's another bunny because it's small and furry, but then he kind of puts it back into a pocket.
Duh. Got a freaking
That was
shrivel in there.
It was probably a plum.
At this point, it's
Or a cream puff.
it's a prune. No, I was
Yes.
gonna say, at that point, it's a prune and not a plum anymore.
With fur.
Huh,
been in
I
there
have all
long
these
enough.
raisins. I got all these raisins in my pocket. I thought I had grapes.
It's like the name of a retirement home, the Furry Prune.
Oh God!
I was thinking, oh, that's what kind of retirement home is that?
The one
I'm
down by the
surprised.
temple, by Calandra's temple.
Yeah.
I'm
Tony's
surprised
temple.
Calandra didn't come up with that one.
It's for all the retired temple
Workers.
where we all go when we were where the workers go when they retire.
Has a very unique clientele.
Oh no!
Okay, so what are you doing with your day?
We're gonna go look for Rufus, the half goblin, and his purple door as
Okay.
the main clue.
Is there any particular area you're specifically shooting for?
Does anyone know the Slinks well? 'Cause I don't.
Eldrick is not me.
Hey, can you use that? Can you use that spell that you used to find
Which
Butt
one?
Trumpet?
That's locate object. That's why I gave you all unique special objects to help me find you.
Yeah.
I don't know this person. I have to actually know the object. I mean, if I go looking for doors, I'll find a whole bunch all over the place.
But one's only. How many are going to be purple though?
It's a good question. I don't know if I can get that specific. Yeah. So Alternatively, the spell can locate nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain kind of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, weapon, stuff like that. So this is going to be more out of character. This is more in Paul's wheelhouse on his decision. I could attempt to use locate object to find a purple door.
You know what? Since you're so
And see
good
what
at
that
it,
pings.
roll me a percentage dice.
Oh, this is where I summon a greater demon into the world.
Only if you fail.
It's using a purple door as like a
Only if
loincloth.
yeah. I was really hoping for a for a goose egg there. Well, what happened? Well, a dragon was trying to be summoned. There was a plague, and then a greater demon showed up and Wade Lace. Fucking tongue-tied, laid waste. There we go. Woo!
It's been
God, it's all that Dr. Pepper I've been having. Wade Lace, oh, son of a bitch, laid waste to the rest of the damn town. And apparently my diction.
Careful.
You're what?
Diction. Grammar.
Call it whatever you want. Your own nickname for it is your business.
Eldred
You can't
goes,
tell me what I name things.
just, 2 body parts for the price of 1.
So locating,
Get him find the door.
What I'm going to say is
Uh.
this. You don't find exactly the door, but it'll send you into a particular area. Okay?
Use that as a guide then. Yeah, I'll use that
Okay.
as a guide.
And we'll say you head into that area. Are you being stealth? 'Cause
Yeah, stealthily, yeah.
Give me a
So we don't
group
get
stealth
ambushed
check.
by a bunch of damn halflings. No offense, Reed, but your people here are very angry.
No, I agree. I'm the good one.
Oh fuck.
sick, I'm actually good at this. Please don't leave me eat those words.
So we got a 4, 24, 16, and an 18.
Okay, so
Kill Landra for the once again.
But Trumpet, you notice as Calandra's walking, you just hear this kind of and occasionally this creaking of vinyl sort of sound.
Thought she accidentally wore her corduroys.
Nope, still in the vinyl. Still in my vinyl. Wish I had corduroys. Still wish I had corduroys. I'm gonna talk to Happy Harry about some corduroy fetish armor.
Sick corduroy armor. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him about getting a Canadian tuxedo the next time we stop by. Just denim all the way down.
No.
Somebody give me an investigation check, please.
Guidance.
Eldred says, and take advantage.
Good. We're gonna try that again.
Do over.
Okay, 15 plus the D4 is 2, so it's 17.
Okay. You get into an area of the Slinks. It's not quite where you were. You know it's definitely not in the depth of that. But after doing some searching, Butt Trumpet actually says, could that be it? And you look over, and it kind of looks a little bit like a rundown, almost like what you would imagine an Old West saloon looking like. Except a good portion of it is kind of almost face first, half sunken into the soil. But the one door is hanging open, and the other one's kind of just on one hinge hanging. And they're definitely a weird shade of purple. A lot of the
Sweet.
paint has peeled off and everything, but because the building is so leaning forward so much, the roof of the porch seems to have protected the door quite a bit from the elements. The rest of the house, the paint's practically gone.
Well, we were looking for purple double doors, so We found purple double doors.
All right.
I
this
think they
could be
were
it.
supposed to be broken. No, it definitely is. We
Yep.
make
It's supposed
sure
to be
we be
broken.
like, hey, we're here to talk to Rufus. Don't start shooting arrows at us.
Please.
We only got like 2 tall people. Apparently, they have a strong hatred for large people.
Eldred goes,
Scrunched down.
and tries to
I won't-
scrunch down and ends up looking
won't-
like about 20 kobolds stuck in a big fat robe.
Hey, it's not bad. I'm not going to let fear make decisions for me.
Eldred goes, I do all the time.
Yeah.
Some of us are just more heroic than others.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's it.
Reed, you
Eldred
are.
goes, agreed, and that's why I'm very thankful to have Butt Trumpet with us and Kalandra.
Oh, Eldred, you're so nice.
Ooh.
And
There's
Reed,
like-
and I just look over. I'm like, no, Reed, I know you're a hero. You are.
There's like a reality TV
You
camera pan over to Reed and his
Right.
shocked expression.
Do I look like a shocked tomato right now?
Yes, I'm glad we're here to be taken seriously.
And
by,
you see Jack's head
contact.
has gone up and is going,
Do we hear people inside? Is there anyone inside that we can hear?
not from out on the
No.
road.
Cool.
You're about half a
I
building
thought we were
away at this
closer.
point. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, well then, no, yeah, we'll get. At the very least, I'm like, oh, that's it. Gotta go. Gotta go.
We'll get closer and.
Yeah.
You make it up to the
like-
porch.
Cool.
Mhm. Should I check for traps?
Oh, sure, maybe. Since
Yeah. The door's just sitting there open, right?
Mm-hmm.
Be like, hey, Rufus, you here?
Oh, all right.
Rufus.
I
Hello,
call it-
Rufus.
Rufus?
Rufus.
Hello?
You don't hear anything.
Yo, Rufus. Rufus. Wait, not loud. No, not loud. Nope. No screaming.
I'll go off the
Can I
porch.
try calling out in Gobbish?
Ooh.
Ah. Yeah.
Oh, mention we're friends of the Godfather.
In
We're friendly with the
Gobbish,
Godfather.
I
So
say, friends of the Godfather are looking for Rufus. We were told he would be here.
Hump and Scrunch sent us.
Hump and Scrunch sent us.
You say that as Reed steps onto the porch and you hear a board really creak really loud. After a few moments, you hear some clicking and something, a couple, what Reed you recognize as the sound of a couple locks being undone deep
Okay.
within the building.
As long as they're
No.
not insect clicks, because fuck no.
I step off to the side of the door so that I'm not standing in the open doorway. And I
Okay.
look back at everybody and go, I hear locks being undone.
Eldred goes, you may want to be in the doorway. You're the only halfling here.
Yeah, but I don't want to get hit in the face with anything like, fire or a crossbow bolt or,
Jack just kind of goes,
So, I have the pumpkin again.
Just saying,
a rather stocky female halfling comes out with a sword and a dagger and says, "Who's here to see Rufus?" and looks around at you and says, "And who the hell are all of you?"
I kind of wave from the side. Hello.
Hiding like that's a good way to get yourself killed, little man.
Well, not hiding could get me killed too. So,
Yeah, that's true too. Especially if you're, walking around with these folk.
oh, they're good people. Good people.
Okay.
I point to Calandra. She's looking for Rufus?
Hump and Scrunch sent us.
I don't know who the
Friends of
fuck
the
that
Godfather.
is. And from back,
The
you
gob-
hear, from behind this halfling, you hear, "It's okay. I know. I'll be right out. Hold on. Hold your horses."
Yeah,
And-
that's all right.
Out waddles this what initially looks like a halfling, except for like the kind of like a very round halfling, with floppy feet that look a little too big for their build. The skin is a little greenish, but on the grayish side. It's just kind of like the sheen to their skin. Real big, long, bulbous nose. The ears are a little bigger than normal and come to rounded points. And they've got black hair that it looks like it might have been a mohawk, but it looks more like that's the only way this person grows their hair, but it's all combed to the side. And it's like a comb over sort of thing.
How can I look?
As well as you would expect, actually. And goes, yeah, okay. Who knows Hump and Scrunch?
We do.
We
All
do.
of you.
We all do.
Okay. Haven't heard that name in a while, but okay. What do you need? What do you need? I was doing business here.
Oh, you're Rufus.
Don't I look like a Rufus?
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It suits you so well.
Oh, I like her.
Well, It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance this morning. Hump
Kinda
and Scrunch
you
said,
see him kind
"I'm-"
of loosen up a little bit, actually.
I am here seeking your help. Hump and Scrunch said, I am here looking for an acquaintance.
Oh, well, I'm the right person to
unfortunate-
come to, sweetie.
That's what I
Talk to
hear.
me,
Your
talk to me.
reputation precedes you. His name is Grimoire Fair. He's supposed to be. Last contact was here in the Eastern Districts. And Hump and Scrunch said if anyone would know if he was still here, it would be you.
Well, Hump and Scrunch is right. If anybody was over here, I would know. Because I'm the one to know. I
you
have my
know,
ear to the
of course.
grindstone, as it were.
Of course.
Yeah. What was that name again?
Grimoire Fair.
Oh, sweetie. You know, I really like you upon first meeting, and I really would love to help you. I don't know anybody by that name. I've never even heard that name before. I would love to help you, but I don't know who the hell
Maybe-
you're talking about.
Maybe
Could it be like a
Draven
fake name?
Rivenstone?
Draven Rivenstone. Now, there's a name I would know if I knew it, or even had heard it before.
No, you don't.
No, neither of those names I've ever heard. And I know just about everybody who's anybody who's somebody who might be possibly a nobody in this section of the city.
We
How
haven't
How
seen
could it
any.
have sent me?
Trump is looking up and like pointing their fingers and like using their hands to like mentally work through what Rufus just said of anybody
The like,
who's somebody who would have been a
like
what?
I just how oh
We
how
haven't
could he
seen
have
many
sent me a
gnomes.
letter from here. I mean,
Maybe
Both gnomes?
no. Well, one's a gnome. One's a human.
Which one's the human?
Grimoire.
Grimoire. Okay, you see, both of those would make them stand out to me. If they were a
Right.
goblin or a halfling, then I can understand it. Maybe me getting confused, but I know there aren't a lot of humans over here. Except, no
Right.
offense, there, tall bearded guy. And you,
none taken.
you tall, skinny, emo
Weird
kid.
one.
But
Master Rufus, I think you're right. Like you said, there's not many humans or gnomes in this particular area of the Eastern District.
there's almost
you
no
happen to-
gnomes. I'm going to be honest with you. There's the only gnomes that are around. I think there's one or two in Goblin Town, but that's it.
We were there already. Perhaps what other areas of the Eastern District that are not on fire might contain more human beings? And
Oh. That's easy. The lawless labyrinth, but
Oh dear. Of course.
those who go into the labyrinth,
Yeah, don't come out.
yeah, I mean they're either dead or they're from there, and
Oh.
it's and even if they were from the labyrinth and they ventured out, I would have heard of them, and but next to nobody ventures out of the lawless labyrinth. I mean, it's sanctuary there. I'm really sorry,
And
sister, but
he wasn't. Neither of them were from here. No.
well, you see that means I would know even more because of strangers. Like
Right.
I now what are all your names?
I'm Calandra.
Calandra, the little gnome. Got it.
Yes.
I'm Butt Trumpet.
Butt trumpet, little goblet.
You can call me Reed.
Reed, the halfling brother.
Gaius and the emo kid Eldred.
Eldred the Emo.
Oh, and this is Jack. And I point to the pumpkin.
Well, you see, I'm now going to be able to know you for anyone who asks. But anybody else who comes along like this that would stand out like being a gnome or a human, Rufus would know. I would know. And I've never heard of them. I'll tell you what. Maybe they went under an assumed name. Can you describe both of them to me?
Sure. Grimoire, he was on the smaller side for a human. But I point at guys. I'm like, actually about nipple high on this gentleman.
Guys, Kyler just holds a hand up. That's where they are.
Thank you. I was
I know it's not a
going to
very
say
good
I might
way
need
to...
a drink otherwise, or
Would you care
know
for some
it's not a
wine,
very
Rufus?
good-
sure that would work great.
Yeah,
does
guys
have
pulls out a
wine.
cup, fills it full of wine. There you go.
Thank you. Downs it and says,
But
not bad.
Yeah.
A little
The-
bit of
If the
tobacco,
Bacchus-
some stone fruit in there. Little
Oh, you're a
acidity.
connoisseur, Rufus.
Yeah,
it's
we're
quite a
right
nice
above
variety.
those things.
Yes.
There you go.
Uh,
Man
let's
after
see,
my own taste.
The most distinctive feature that Grimoire had was that he had a very large scar across the right side of his face.
Okay. Now, did it go the entire face, or was it over the eye? Was it just a cheek?
About just the cheek from like just under the eye to like the jaw, basically.
Okay, well then I can tell you I've never heard of them, never seen them, don't know anybody who's known them. Nada.
It's I always thought that he was, I don't want to say invincible, I know no one is, but I just didn't think that as dangerous as I heard the Eastern Districts were, that it would be so dangerous that he couldn't survive until I made it here.
But here's what I'm saying. Even if he didn't survive,
Maybe he never made it.
I would have known about it. I would have heard about it.
Right.
I mean, that's my job.
Right. And you do it so well. I know
Obviously
that
not
you're-
well enough.
Well, maybe he again assumed name is well, and if he wore a scarf, no one would see the scar. There are a lot of people with
Not
face
too many
coverings right
scarves
now.
being worn over here, really. That
No?
much.
Okay.
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 Even with
So-
the bitch's breath, people just kind of get
Yeah.
used to it.
Got to figure out who contacted me using
What the other
his
one, the
name
gnome?
and telling
What
me to
does the
come
gnome
here.
look like? Did they have any distinguishing features?
Not. I don't know. The last time I saw him, he was fine, but when he disappeared, I don't know under what circumstances if he would have any scars or anything like that now. It's been a very long time.
Okay, well, if I don't have a description of him, I can't
Yeah.
say. But the name means nothing.
Right.
Never
right.
heard the name.
Okay.
And your other
Rufus,
friend,
are
I
there-
would know if he had been here.
Rufus, quick question. Are there any more people of your particular, like a broker like yourself, in the Eastern? We went to Goblin Town, talk to the Godfather, and his people did know, you don't know. Is there anyone else we could potentially talk to in the Eastern District who also deals in your line of work that may have found something out or maybe heard the name where you hadn't, perhaps? We came out to the Eastern District. We've been dealing with some god-awful stuff since we got here. Just Gesundheit, or whatever. Just making, turn over every stone kind of thing while we're here.
Binch might know, but not so much anymore. Binch used to be, kind of in my line of work, but now Binch works with the king. And you hear behind the halfling female behind says, if anyone's going to know, the king's going to know, because no one comes in and out without him knowing. Rufus goes, the Crater King. This is his kingdom. You're on his land.
The Crater King. Where does the Crater King hold court, if I might ask? Is it possible for people to talk to him? Them?
Rufus looks over his shoulder at the female, they give me a moment. And they step back into the room. And you hear, some whispers and such. And eventually come back, and today is your lucky day. Flora here says that she will take you to the Crater King.
Okay.
And see if you can get an audience. Because if anyone's going to know about your friend here, or friends as the case may be, and that I don't know about, the only other person who would really know is either the Crater King or some member of his court who will be there with him.
I guess some quick background of the Crater King. Just so we don't, piss them off or do anything untoward. Anything
basically
we should know
just
about...
show them the respect that you would show any almighty monarch.
So the Crater King, his territory is the Slinks. Where does he reign, kind of thing?
The Slinks. That's why he's called the Crater King.
Well, I wasn't sure if he had expanded outside of it. Is kind of wondering, especially with the recent upheaval.
He rules a little bit
all.
of the Western districts, but that's a more uncertain part of his realm that he's just looking to develop.
Good to know.
You see the female whispering in his ear. It says, "Oh, that's a good point. Very good point, Flora. Who are you here on the behest of, all of you? Whose business is this?"
I point at Calandra. Hers.
They're here to help me.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you're not on official business of any higher ups from the Western districts or anything.
No.
No.
We literally had to sneak away from some guards the other night. No.
Okay, good, because you'd be dead.
Yeah. Oh no.
Flora, may I
Goodness.
say your
Yeah,
bluntness is
not-
refreshing.
Well,
I love
Rufus
it.
that
It
said
is
it. So.
Oh, that was Rufus. Okay, your bluntness is so refreshing. You don't get that a lot from people anymore. They won't just say what they're thinking. It's really a shame.
Oh yeah, no, we're Calandra has joined our party of adventurers recently. We're kind of independents doing stuff. Actually, one of the last times we were in the Eastern District, we worked with and rescued a bunch of goblins for the Godfather. Was one of the things we did while we were here in town.
Oh, you may not want to mention that.
He doesn't like the Godfather?
The Crater King and the Godfather, well, they argue over certain bits of territory occasionally.
Understood. Yeah, well,
they're not
just
enemies, but they do disagree periodically, and it's kind of a mutual respect of you stay in your shit and we'll stay in our kingdom.
Yeah. Well, just showing that we've worked with interests over here in the Eastern District before, without having worried about, the ritzy, the west side, if you will.
Fair enough.
Done a lot of good work. So I guess we could do that. That sounds fun. Let's go meet a king. Haven't done that yet.
Right?
Okay. Flora goes,
or have I?
okay, come along, and Flora takes off.
And I'm following her.
Behind
Yeah.
you hear Rufus go,
Guy-
have fun storming the castle. And
Not doing.
He's got a castle?
It's a. He's king. I assume he's got something.
Flora leads you along. Flora is quite spry and quite fast.
Cool.
And moves pretty fast. There have been a couple times that she's gone a bit ahead of you when you've caught the attention of halflings elsewhere that immediately start kind of gathering, and a series of whistles, and then they back off.
Oh, that's very helpful.
Definitely going to try to remember that.
Well, they seem to be different period. It's like a couple different ones. Down some alleys, actually through a couple buildings, which is weird. You feel like you went down into a basement and went down some tunnels at one point, and then up like one flight of steps where you think you should be going up a couple others, and you end up out into more of the slinks. And then there is a strange couple of buildings that look like they were once very, very tall, but part of them, it's a very large one and a slightly smaller one that have sunk in and are leaning against each other that create almost like an upside down V. And the ground around goes up quite a bit, and you notice above there being a lot of, it's like parts of buildings around where the back part of the buildings have collapsed. So it's almost like a bunch of facades all around this kind of almost like crater within the crater. Takes you to a door of the smaller of the buildings, of which there's a halfling, kind of a big burly halfling, almost on the scale of a dwarf, but definitely not a dwarf. Still kind of a boyish look about them. And Flora walks up and says, we seek, these people seek an audience with the king, Mabel. And this halfling says in a rather high-pitched, melodious voice, says, I'll see what we can do. And goes in a door behind them and is gone for a little bit. And Flora turns around and says, she's gonna see if we can get you an audience.
Oh, thank you kindly.
That's fabulous. I appreciate it.
So a few minutes go by, and eventually Mabel comes out.
Paul, just so you know, anytime she did that whistle thing and that kind of stuff, if it was some kind of thieves' can or something, I'm just gonna try and remember it. You know what I mean?
Problem,
just trying to make a note of it.
Yeah, it was not thieves' cant. It was something else entirely. She comes back and says to Flora, Flora, your presence is expected, and the court is waiting. They have been expecting you. Opens up the door for you to go in.
Ooh, I'll go in.
Yeah, I mean, we all go.
I make sure my head is covered up.
So you see a few halflings inside this building that almost feels like the old Batman TV show, one of the villain's lairs, because like it's on a large slant. So you're finding yourselves having to walk a little precariously. So it's on a slant, and it's also uphill the other way. So it's really kind of a bizarre situation. But there's two halflings with swords at their side. They're carrying shortened halberds, and they also have crossbows. They're on either side of the door you came in.
Okay.
And Flora comes in and says, Scooter, Martin. They just nod to her. And across the way, you see says stairs going up to a door, and a bunch of other halflings over there, similarly attired, and takes you. Flora goes ahead of you, and
I'll go.
Yeah,
I'll
I
go
was going to
since I'm
say,
the one trying to.
Calandra,
talk.
Reed, you two should lead the way. I think
Okay.
me and Eldred should be maybe seen, not heard is probably how we should approach this for now.
Okay. Flora turns around to you and says, if you remember nothing else, remember all due respect. You are about to meet a king.
Of course.
I'm picturing us going in the room, and Reed just starts crawling on the floor. And you guys are like, stop it!
Like, dude.
Kidding, I don't
Weirdo.
do that. I don't do that.
Don't be weird. Don't be weird.
Too late.
Are you telling that to Reed or yourself? Like, is that a reminder or instructions?
That is for Reed. Gaius can act normal in front of people most of the time.
You go up these stairs, which do not look like they were part of the original construction of this building. They look like they were put in afterwards. It takes you out onto what looks like almost like a set-up balcony, and then there is a sharp drop, and it kind of leans to one side, at which at the bottom is almost like a platform. There is a slight kind of flat juncture, and then a very steep other side. And at the top is a large throne and like a balcony behind him with people set up. And all around this room, people are set up in these almost like perches set up in different parts of the room. It's a very big room. Flora says, "Guests to see you, Your Highness." And a halfling in robes, old, long hair on the gray hair hanging down, bald, looking rather old, looks and says, "Thank you, Flora. They can come down and speak from their rightful place. The king has been expecting them." And Flora motions you to go down to this platform with like a green top on it. It's almost like an AstroTurf, practically. It's kind of it's like a green carpet that just looks old and weathered, but very sturdy. It's this little platform with this carpet on top. Okay.
All right, then that is where I am going.
Everyone, give me a dexterity check, please, because this is kind of a steep, and the floor looks like it was probably once a wall, and it's rather smooth. So everyone, give me a dexterity check.
6.
21.
Glad someone got it.
21?
Can I take the roll after it was bumped twice?
Okay,
I
so it's
have
an
a
8.
10. I have a 10.
10?
I have it's a 10 with the
Okay.
So hopefully I met whatever the bare minimum was.
Okay.
But can I-
So here's what happens. Calandra goes for steps, the feet go out from under her, and she just rolls down and hits that section on the side of the platform that kind of goes up and it's flat, like actually level, and it's kind of caught in that kind of little V shape between the two sections for a little
Grace
bit.
and poise.
If I'm close enough, I try to catch her, get her to not fall over.
Okay, I think she probably, because she said right away she's going. So I'll tell you what,
Okay.
Reed. I'll give you a slight chance. Roll me a dexterity check.
Yeah, I got a 7.
Okay, nah, you just go and watch this. Everyone else kind of takes their time going down. When Gaius goes, he doesn't fall, but basically slides down the whole way, kind of.
I just planted my foot and just kind of like hand on the railing, hand on the wall, just. Zzz.
Yeah, well,
I'm
there's
like,
no railing or wall because
okay, hands akimbo, just kind of like. I did it.
But you all make it down to that platform. You have to kind of crawl up onto it a little bit.
So as I'm crawling up onto it, does this feel trapdoory to me?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Does
There's
it
a
feel
rancor
like
in the basement.
there might be there might be a large non-copywritten monster that would swallow us in one bite down there?
Reed, give me an investigation check, please. And guys, if you want to, you can too, but with disadvantage.
You know, can I just help him instead on this?
I
Sure.
got a 17.
Go ahead and roll it with advantage there, Reed.
All right.
See if you get a
Yeah,
little bit better, bud.
17 was so good.
Oh, the second one's an 18. There
Eight.
you go.
18's a little bit better.
Hey.
Mhm.
Reed, you see that there are points on here that look like that could very well be the case.
I kind of motion, obviously, to guys, but to everyone else to just
Yeah.
kind of like. I motion at the green rug thing, and I'm like, I kind of give the no face, like.
Yeah. Now, Guy's is standing on the grate, but he's got like his heels on like the lip
Okay.
back. Like, so if he feels like something gives out from under him, he'll just fall backwards onto the floor
Okay.
instead of down and in.
Kalandra has finally gotten her feet and stood up and is like looking with her hand up.
Oh
I
shit,
help her.
guys! Yeah, it's just like
I think I'm right next to her. I help
Just
her.
kind of like knocking. So it's like, I got some like cobwebs.
You know what?
in your hair.
As I'm bent down to help her up, can I kind of accidentally grab the edge of the carpet and pull it up a little bit?
You can try. Give me a sleight of hand.
Ooh,
Be
why are you
like,
gonna
You
aggravate
certainly
people?
try.
A 23.
Guidance.
Okay, you go to do it,
I'm not trying to make a big show of it. I'm just trying to like
Oh, I
pull
know.
it back a little bit so I can see.
Yeah, you hear a little bit of a ripping of the glue,
Oh,
and a lot of eyes turn to you, but you can see underneath that there's a gap between the flooring and the side there. Just a little
Okay.
one, but there's a gap nonetheless.
I just kind of pat it down. Oops, sorry. As I help Calandra up. Oops.
Oops, sorry, we caught you trying to kill us.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm gonna join Gaius with my with part of one of my feet on the edge or something. So
Okay, you look up at this kind of it. You have to look way up because it's a very steep wall opposite you.
Uh-huh.
And the old man is a little bit above, like looking just slightly down at you. Above you is a very ornate looking. Ornate's a little bit of a difficult word here because it's made to look ornate, but
Yeah.
you're not sure that it's like authentic.
Gotcha.
It's made to look very fancy, this throne, and on it is a halfling gentleman, kind of looking like Thorin from Peter Jackson's The Hobbit.
He's trying to overcompensate for something here. As I lean over to Eldred.
Lots of furs and jewelry, and
There's a whisper.
has a golden crown that looks embedded with gems. Behind him is a very skinny halfling who looks down at you. You notice kind of just staring over his shoulder down at you. Not over from the side. Kind of on his knees. And
the king is a human?
it's a halfling.
No. Halfling.
Oh, okay. With a big beard.
Yes.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
big, but kind of trimmed and oiled and comes to a point.
Like Thorin.
Right. Long, flowing, dark hair, but kind of a boyish face. The old man in the robe says, "His Majesty has been expecting you and has heard of your dealings here in his kingdom. What is your reason for being here?"
I cough under my breath. Bow! Bow! As Gaius just
yes,
like...
well, I'm bowing. I'm head down, bowing.
Bowing.
Yeah,
We
doing
bow
the
down.
full at the waist, arm off to the side, like you're trained to in Witcher 3. For anyone who's played that one,
So who speaks?
I've had.
I will, since we're here for
Go
me.
ahead, Calandra.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Or whatever the Bacchus one is.
Right, Your Majesty. Thank you for being so gracious as to grant us a meeting with you. I am here looking for a contact. I'm trying to find my brother. And Rufus said that if anyone would have heard of him, you would be the person that could help us.
So you've been to Rufus looking for
Yes.
information, says the old man. And I take it Rufus did not know this information?
That's correct. He did not.
Well then, tell His Highness what you seek.
Yes, Your Highness. I seek a man by the name of Grimoire Fair.
When
I
you
need
say
to find
man,
him so
is,
that I
is
can
he a
find.
human?
He is a human. Yes. And the last contact I received with him, he sent a letter from the Eastern Districts asking me to meet him here so that I can find my brother. The only distinctive feature he has is a scar from his eye to his jaw on the right side of his face.
Do you have this letter with you?
I don't. I was robbed, and they got almost everything out of my bags, unfortunately.
Your Highness, do you have any knowledge of this Grimoire Fair? You see the king kind of think, I do not. And if Rufus doesn't know him, Rufus is a trusted subject, specializing in information. My court has often turned to him for information. But no one is infallible. I open it up to the court. Is there anyone here who has knowledge of this human by the name of Grimoire Fair? And you see people looking around, whispering to each other, and you see a lot of heads shaking. A little time goes by. King turns to you and says, it appears no one in my court knows of this person. And let me tell you, if they had been within the kingdom, one of us would know, especially Rufus. It's at this point that the skinny halfling that's been on their knees next to the king, they've got greasy hair, big bulging eyes, one a little bigger than the other, kind of a long pointy nose and some really bad teeth. They seem to sweat a lot too. Kind of leans in and whispers something to the king. The king turns and looks, whispers something, and this halfling says something and then looks down at you again. And the king turns and says, one of you is not unknown to us.
I try to hide behind anybody.
Hey.
He's bigger in front of me. Just in case. I hope it's not me.
Goblet, step forward.
I do so. And bow again. Your Highness?
There is a very heavy price on your head. Are you aware of this?
No, I'm not, Your Highness.
Were you ever in... He laughs to himself. I was about to say the presence of my subjects in the Western Districts, but that seems a little generous. Were you ever in... Had you ever been held by my subjects in the Western Districts?
Off the table. Would I know the answer to this?
Yes.
Is the answer yes?
You're assuming that this is... He's talking about the halflings that took you prisoner.
Oh, okay. If I do recall correctly, I believe I had been taken against my will and kept prisoner by several subjects.
And I have heard that you escaped rather in a rather grandiose way, if I'm not mistaken.
I hide even further behind Gaius.
It greatly concerned my friends that I had departed without any notification of my absence, Your Highness. Any harm or damage done was not done out of intention to cause destruction, but to ensure the safety of close friends.
Well, you are in my court and therefore safe. I do not harm people in my court who have not done me harm and who have not come with malicious or aggressive intent. So, little one, you are safe within my court. When you leave, I cannot extenuate that offer to my subjects who may be looking for you afterwards. But let me ask you this, little one. When you leave my court, do you plan on leaving the eastern districts relatively shortly thereafter?
I suppose, yes, Your Highness.
Yes.
Very well. I am a gracious king. I am a king with heart, a giving king. You have come here looking for information without malice in your heart, so while I am sad to say, and a little perplexed, that none of us within my kingdom know of this grimoire fair, is it?
That's correct.
We were not able to help you as such, but since I was not, I am going to offer you a single day of safe passage to leave my kingdom. And there's the skinny little slimy halfling whispers in his ear again. And he turns and looks at him with a kind of a furrowed brow, looks at you, looks back at him, nods. I understand a number of things, but one perplexes me. I am told that you aided palace guards within my kingdom.
Palace guards? We were fired upon. Forgive me, King. We were fired upon as we were traveling through your kingdom, and the only people that were around and also being fired upon at the same time were guard. We did not have any intention to assist them. We were just attacked at the same time, and we're in the same area. We defended ourselves.
My kind normally doesn't work with, let's just say, people like from the palace. But I was shot in the stomach, and I just wanted to be safe. We were just trying.
Guys, give me either a perception check or a deception check. Your choice. Don't tell me what you roll. Just tell me what the final total is.
So you want persuasion or deception?
Correct. I'm sorry. I said perception, didn't I? Persuasion or deception. Yes. Your choice. Yeah. Just tell me the final total.
Okay. Final total is 19.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I may not be fully charismatic, but I am.
Charismatic.
He's silent for a few moments. Takes a moment and says, "Is there anyone here within this court who has any other information on these people?" There's kind of mumbling and murmuring around the room, but no one speaks forth. The skinny one next to the king starts muttering something else to him. He just basically pushes him away, and the guy just kind of stands there, kind of scowling at all of you.
Got a worm tongue situation going on here.
Literally thinking that.
Consider yourself blessed and lucky that you have come to me on a very good day, for there are more heads that have been hung on the city streets to give warning. This makes me happy.
You are too gracious, O King.
Of course, Your Majesty, you are indeed a most gracious.
Our slights, as Gaius bows again.
We are
yes,
grateful
we are
for your
bound.
mercy.
You are truly a most gracious king. Thank you so much.
And when you go back to your western districts, he says, be aware that they are ruled by a selfish, heartless dictator who means none of you well and means nefarious intent.
We have become more aware of that. We cut through the fire area. I don't know what you're calling it right now. The bonfire region. And
yes, he means my kingdom ill.
Yes.
Yes, and his
Very
own
much.
people ill on top of it.
Yes.
As well.
Everyone.
This is bad for any person with a conscience, with an ounce of morality.
It's terrible.
Guys, give me another, persuasion
Whatever.
or deception roll.
Okie dokie. Oh, a 23. Oh, thank God the rolls are here for me right now. This is when I need to be persuasive, not when I'm talking to the
Right.
guy trying to get a discount on gloves or boots or something.
Well, against a 6, that is great. So
Yay!
The biggest few.
Oh.
the king says you would be good to seek out those who seek to blow him up and dispose of him. He means very bad things for this city and is associated with horrible people. I bid you go. I do not expect to
Thank you
see you in my kingdom again
Of course, no.
without invitation.
Correct, yes.
Little one,
Yes, Your Majesty. Your Highness.
obviously my subjects in the western districts are the word imbeciles come to mind, but they are imbeciles who do not give up. Be aware of that.
Understood, Your Highness. I appreciate your warning.
I ask that if you do see the Godfather again, you let him know of my generous gifts to all of you,
Oh, absolutely.
and especially to one of goblin kind.
Absolutely, Your Highness.
Now go. And the old man in front says, "The king has
Wow.
spoken. All hail the king." And you hear all around, "All hail the king.
All hail the
all
king."
hail
Yeah,
the
like
king."
a
All hail the
beat out.
king.
All hail the king is.
Gonna
It's like you've been to church, but you haven't been there in a while, so you're just a little out of
Right.
step. Like, oh, yeah.
Bow
yeah.
and
The peace be upon
everyone-
you.
and also
also and with your spirit.
Yeah, and,
may the fourth be with you. I don't know what.
Yes.
Exactly.
yeah, may Bacchus bless this kingdom.
Okay,
and
so
may
what do you
your
do?
rivers run like wine.
Bow
Uh,
and GTFO.
Okay,
Bow the fuck outta here.
everyone give me another dexterity check for getting back up that...
getting up the
Oh,
stairs.
shit.
Great. Yay.
And we did so well, and then we just start eating shit on the way up.
23. Woo!
10.
13.
I'll take a 14.
Okay. Eldred
We did it.
face plants
I was about to
3
say,
times.
we did it. What happened to Eldred?
Oh.
And Butt Trumpet's feet are kind of do this quite a few times, but, you know, with a little help, they get up. Eldred's the one who
Lots
just
of help from my friends.
face plants with a 4. You make it... you
yes. Our group jester is doing his job.
Yay, good job.
And if any of you have looked back, you notice that a number of the people of the court are just smiling, looking.
Are we being escorted out?
Yeah, Flora lets you out of the building
Okay.
and then leads
Already
you.
do we walk right by any of the guards or anything?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start to say something to one. If
What?
anybody wants to stop me, now's the time.
I
I'm
just
like,
smack,
nope, that's why I was like, nope.
no look, I just smack Reed on the back of the head. Just,
Nope.
New.
We are going and you are
Some of the guards look at you and say, "Mind your superiors, human."
so he had a bug in his hair.
Persuade,
I-
persuasion,
Oh,
or
God.
perception.
As we're going out, I'm like, wait, what? Where?
Let's throw the trap door.
16, still rolling hot.
Oh my god.
And for all, let's be honest, there probably was a bug in his hair.
That's fair, unfortunately.
And the guard
I mean,
rolled
we were
a 6,
sleeping.
so
Yep.
Nice.
Well.
kind of very sternly looks at you, then looks at Reed and kind of goes, "Oh, okay." You go out and Flora leads you back the way you came and kind of leads you back towards Rufus's area and then says, "I bid you farewell. It is a shame that you traveled all this way for naught. Now, if you'll forgive me, I have to conclude my business with Rufus."
Thank
Yeah,
you
so we
very
have till
Thank
till
you.
tomorrow to basically not be in the slings anymore.
Right.
much. Good. Then I can
Okay.
get I can drop off Hannibal, and we can.
We can do the Hannibal thing tonight, and I guess we'll head back up toward Goblin Town because at least that's friendly territory.
Did my face look like a tomato that whole time? Or
Well,
did-
Oh,
it
did
only
it
lasted
wear
an
off?
hour.
no.
It only lasts an hour.
Okay,
Did
no.
Eldred recast it on him though? Is the question.
Right.
No.
Oh
He
no.
definitely interacted with Rufus looking like a tomato. I don't think he meant the king looking like one.
But you do notice he let the face go back to normal,
Yeah.
but there's still a green vine coming
A
out
green
of the top
stem,
of-
yeah.
Yeah. Where did you go after this? Did you go back to what kind of where you were, or
I guess because I don't know where the bunnies are in relation to the building we were in. Like, if we want to potentially get closer or
Butt
not.
Trumpet knows?
Okay, so Butt
Yeah,
Trump, I
they'll
guess,
figure
is
it
going to
out.
lead the way. All right,
Okay. We'll say you got back to the room where you
stayed before.
stayed before, and it's
Okay.
kind of late afternoon, and that's where we're going to end it tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Tune in not next week, but the week after, as we will be dark next week. But the week after, we will be back. So tune in then, same Grognard time, same Grognard channel, to find out what happens with the Frithra and the other bunnies and the friends. See you then, and as always, remember, be kind.